got me into Dimension 20 and convinced me that Brennan Lee Mulligan is my favorite DM ever.
It's a good choice.
I would die for that man.
I've only watched the stuff they have up on their YouTube channel. So I've seen Fantasy High Part 1, or the first one. I don't know if they did another. I did Unsleeping City Part 1. I think they did more of Unsleeping City 2. Also Escape from the Blood Keep.
Did.
And Tiny Heist with the McElroys. All of them are excellent. Escape from the Blood Keep is the hardest I've laughed at D&D in a long, long time. It is so good.
Very good.
Anyway, I'm recording now. Sorry to cut you off.
Okay.
Ryan. You want to get it out?
I was going to mention the trailer for the next season, but we could talk about that later.
More King Candy, right? Or
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
Wait, why is grilled cheese sandwich with ketchup a line?
We ask this every week. You see, here in Canada, with the exception of Riley, who hates it, grilled cheese is often eaten with ketchup, which is a tomato jam, basically. And I, in my hubris,
it's horrible.
Not hiding my cultural degeneracy, had a grilled cheese and coated it in ketchup while eating it. And everyone was so disgusted in the chat that we banned eating grilled cheese on camera.
Damn, that's fucking
It's
rough.
basically cold tomatoes soup, so it's fine. The British cannot complain.
Also, there's so much shade thrown at Western, like North American cheese. Like, we have more varieties of cheese, and we make more cheese here in North America than the rest of the world combined. Like, it's not just shitty Velveeta. Velveeta's nasty, granted, but there's so much more variety of cheese over here, and they're so good. North America literally makes so much cheese that it's buried in bunkers and left to age for centuries because we literally can't eat enough cheese. Like, it's not just the nasty, Velveeta
I think
shit.
it's mainly USA that people are referring to when they say that.
Yeah. Just saying. American cheese is not all bad.
National dish is poutine, which is fries with cheese.
Delicious cheese curds.
I need to taste that. I need a proper one. I had like a shitty self-made version, and I had a very shitty version, like a pseudo fried store fancy place, where people wear their black gloves. Anyway,
you
we
ever
are
come to Canada, I will buy you many different types of poutine, and we will make many different types of poutine. Actually, one of the best poutines I ever had, Riley made for me when we ate a whole rotisserie chicken between the two of us, too. Anyway, we're so distracted and off topic. Hello, this is session 8 of Tomb of Annihilation, our Dice Fables adventure. I'm Spencer. I'll be your DM for this evening, morning, afternoon, or whenever you are listening back to this VOD. Joining me today is Mia, who will be picking up the role once again of Lucia Aurora, our languid drow monk. We have Abby picking up the exquisite Elspeth Amirasdottir, our storm sorcerer, and Aasimar. That's the word. We also have Riley, playing our Tiefling, Humble Hope Amirasen, our lore bard.
That's me!
Yep. And we have the basic-ass human of the group, our outgoing Olaf Brandtrokk being played by Guy. And lastly, we have our laudable Levi, our gnome rogue and fighter, played by Hannah. So
I make it to my goal to interrupt you every time.
As we approach the summit of Firefinger, what happened last time?
So much pain. We nearly
climbed.
died
We
again.
fell.
Yeah. We spent a lot of time trying and failing to scale the outside of Firefinger.
It was very funny.
Eventually, it was. Eventually we managed it. Like, we all dumped strength, except for Levi. Yeah, after a few failed attempts, we eventually managed to make it up. On the inside, we fight some giant spiders, which very nearly kill Lucia.
Yep. Lucia fell in a hole.
Yeah.
No, I got yeeted over by Asaka, who crit failed to throw.
You were yoked into the hole.
That was kind of scary. And we continued to travel up the little shimmy hole, I think, from the inside, and we were attacked by sturges, which again we're sick of. We hate them, little mosquito bastards.
They're horrible.
You had two sturge fights last time
My
because you also
character.
got ambushed in the woods.
Yeah, no, we took a nap. We tried to sleep in the hole where we killed the spiders, and the sturges interrupted our nap.
Fenrir got a new body because Fenrir went up to scout, and he's the one that alerted the Sturges, and he had an unfortunate roll on the way back down.
Oh, yeah.
It got exploded.
I thought that like a thunderous spell was what alerted them.
That was also that, yeah. Somebody cast Thunderwave, right?
Yeah, I cast
Yeah.
Thunderwave.
I thought that was in retaliation to the Sturges.
No, I think that was on the spiders because you wanted to get them away from Lucia.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
That's not entirely important. What is important is you got to the top of that elevator shaft, natural chimney thing. You found I'm not going to tell you what the lantern was, but you found a magical lantern that does not go out. And nobody's taken the time to really identify what it is, but it's pretty obvious. Anyway, you found a lantern, you found a corpse, you found some gold on those corpses that had been sucked dry by Sturges. You tried to climb the rest of the way up. Unfortunately, one of the pythons slipped, and Azaka almost died, but she's okay. Everybody lived. You reached the penultimate summit of Firefinger and found a cavern that was just filled with billowing, dense smoke that you couldn't see through. Elspeth cleared the way with a gust, and you saw these 4 horrid little old men-looking elementals hovering in the air in front of you. And that's where we'll pick up today, as everyone will roll initiative as we get to There it is. As we get to Firefinger.
How's the mental status of Osaka and Lucia?
Not great.
I think both of them
feel
kind of out of it.
Yeah, a little bit. I'm not going to make you roll more fear checks because it's getting a little cumbersome. I feel like the effects have happened at this point. Unless something really significant happens, I feel like you've overcome the issues for today.
I mean, they're both definitely afraid of heights, and I don't think that's gonna leave for Osaka anytime
No.
soon.
This
I
experience
finally
has
overcame
definitely
one fear,
justified.
and I got another. It's a 1-for-1 trade deal.
Okay, so let's get some initiatives here. Initiative. 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 And now let's get
Well, there's
some
4?
hidden initiatives. There is indeed. Actually, no, that's wrong. There should only be 3.
I don't know why I draw the line at fucking, 4. I'd rather there be none, to be honest.
Am I going to do the thing where I just roll disadvantage because I'm out of it or not?
No, you're not surprised by this.
No. I mean my character because she almost died.
Oh,
And this-
if you really, really want to, I will allow you to roll a disadvantage, but that's your choice. It's not going to be imposed on you because of the situation. You
Yeah,
are not
I know.
surprised. You are just upsetty
I know.
spaghetti.
I know.
That will inform RP, not mechanics. All right, has everybody rolled
I
initiative?
will do that. It feels more fitting for the character. This character is about
There we go. Ooh,
making it
a
worse for
5.
myself.
I'm sorry, Hannah.
Yeah,
Always getting the short end of the stick.
getting 5 rolls out in a row.
Yep.
Oh, God.
Is
Are
Apollo
we
muffled
allowed-
because they're outside, or is that, that just seems like impeccable roleplay?
I don't know.
Anna's voice is like super
Yeah.
muted.
You might.
Yeah, it sounds like you're either far away from your
Underwater.
mic or underwater.
Oh, let me try
there you
changing
go.
my
You're
headphone.
good, you're good.
Oh, okay, awesome.
I don't know what that was.
I think my headphone was just in my ear wrong, so it was blocking the microphone hole.
All
No
right.
worries.
So, combat music kicks up, which I won't do because of the copyright system on YouTube. But some combat music picks up.
Da-da-da-da.
Exactly. You hear some a raucous drum beat, and unfortunately, none of you get to go first. Instead, this little smoke method in the back, he's going to make an evil giggling sound, and he is going to fly forward, and he is going to exude a breath weapon, a cinder
Oh, no.
breath. So I am going to
Uh-oh.
need
I think everyone.
everyone. Yeah. Actually, you know what? I think. No, yeah, it can hit everybody from this this angle. So that's dexterity saving throw DC 10 from all of you, if you wouldn't mind, as this thing approaches you, and from the bowels of its still slightly growing chest, it exhales a cloud of ash at you.
I don't think this will become relevant, but
That's a
Olaf is
natural
wearing
one.
goggles of night during the nighttime. If I'm not for right now, because I think it's daytime and he's not
Yeah.
wearing them.
It's
But if you were
probably,
wearing
1
goggles,
PM or 2
same
PM at this
difference.
Yeah,
same
it wouldn't
difference.
affect us, no. This is more to see if you can get out of the way of the hot ash breath.
Ah, nice, because I
Whoa!
rolled a crit
Which
fail.
you did not do. All right.
I
So,
mean, it is right in front of me, so...
okay, so Hope, Levi, and Olaf are going to take the brunt of this. No damage, but you are blinded. So that's Hope, Levi, and Olaf. Your eyes squint and go shut as this hot stinging ash blasts into your faces, and you're not going to be able to see through the tears as you get blinded by this blast.
Nice double net once, by the way.
What's that?
Nice double net once.
Yeah,
On
no,
Hope and Olaf.
Me, it's just that Olaf and Hope are just in sync. They're just best friends.
Mm-hmm.
It's fine.
You also got to roll for Saka. Unless you want to say
that's
she's...
right. No, she does. Thank you for reminding me. Dex save.
You're on the sack.
Is she in the initiative?
Oh, barely. I also forgot to roll initiative for Azaka. Hey guys, I'm a great DM.
That's fine, don't worry
You're
about
doing
it.
one, Frank. Don't worry.
Oof. Right in the middle of the pack. All right. Well, she succeeded with a 10, so also didn't roll great. But that's okay. She shrugs off the blinding effect, and we are going to jump on to the next person, which you would think is Hope. But if you'll give me a second, I'll tell you something else that happens. Let's see.
Oh no.
Hope has no way of knowing this. I'll give it to Olaf and Lucia. So, Elspeth, while your gust cleared out enough of the vision in here, you can see that the smoke is very quickly filling the space again. The source is somewhere deeper in the cavern that you can't see exactly, but it is heavily obscured in here. So once you get in here, it is going to be hard to see much beyond your immediate surroundings. So I would like, Lucia and Olaf, if the two of you could give me sight-based perception. Well, actually, Olaf doesn't get to, because you're blinded. Lucia, you can give me a sight-based perception check at disadvantage.
23, even with disadvantage.
Oh, goddamn. So you see, Lucia, a very large bat-like figure moves around in the back of the cavern. And you hear a word in elemental get said as a cloud, not a cloud, that's the wrong word. A number of vines sprout up underneath your feet at the entrance to the tunnel. So I'm going to need everybody to make strength saving throws, please. As a circle encompassing the entire entrance to the cavern becomes filled with squirming vines that try to get hold of you.
I hope a 22 saves.
22 saves, yeah. The DC is 10. It's not great.
Oh, it's 10. Okay, that's good.
Okay, so Lucia, Hope, and Levi, and I'll give one for Azaka as well. Oh, a fail. All right.
Makes sense considering they're clinging to each other.
Yep. So she is restrained as the vines sprouting up from the ground grapple hold of you. In the future, you'll have to make a strength check, a DC 10 strength check to break free on your turn. Or you can just hang out where you are and do some ranged attacks. They will be at disadvantage, though, because of the smoke. And that's Levi.
And now it's my turn?
Now it is your turn.
Well, funny thing, Dissonant Whispers does not require me to see my target.
That's true.
So I'm going to target the method that's like the furthest away.
Okay.
Because I saw him before, so I know where he
You did
is.
indeed.
So Hope is going to cast Dissonant Whispers.
Would it not be better to target the closest one so we can move further into the cave?
That's true. Do you want to get the one that casts the
Sure,
the breath
we'll do
first?
the closest one instead.
Okay. Well, that's a wisdom save from the smoke method. It just finishes its breath, and you whisper these lyrical words to it. It got a natural 20, so it is fine.
That sucks.
Yeah. You
It's
whisper these
unfortunate.
words to the Mephit, and it seems unaffected.
It still takes damage.
It does.
So it's not unaffected, it just resists.
It resists. It doesn't have to run away from you.
Yeah. So it's like,
Yeah, it goes, yeah.
fuck you.
Yeah. It came up and went, ah, and then went, eh. And little bits of smoke pop out of its, not pop, little red, like, smoke drains out of its ears and nose. Have you, oh, you did roll the damage. I'm sorry. I'm blind. Next up
Yes, sorry, it's
Is
11
then-
psychic.
is another hidden person. Okay. So what is he going to do? This figure, you hear some scraping of movement deeper in. And I think, yeah, a mote of flame is hurled out. And this is going to be targeting Olaf. So Olaf, that is a 20. You're going to get... No, I'm
yeah,
sorry,
I
that is
can't
not a
do
20.
anything.
Produce
Oh.
flame is a save.
No,
So
it's
you
an
would have
attack roll.
disadvantage on this save because you are blinded and restrained.
Yep, no worries.
No.
I'm not restrained.
Reduce flame.
Oh, you're not
Reduce
restrained.
flame is an attack roll.
Oh, it is an attack.
Eh, Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, so that was a 4. So no,
yeah.
it totally misses. I'm sorry.
I think they do still have advantage because he's blinded.
You're right.
Yes.
I will roll it again. D&D.
If this hits me, I'm gonna.
That's another.
Do
That's another 4. Okay.
okay,
I
never
rolled
mind.
that
I
3
retract
dice.
my threat.
A mote of flame is hurled out from deeper within. Lucia, you know what you're looking for. So you see deeper within, there's another one of those bat-shaped creatures that throws a mote of fire that splashes harmlessly against the ground around you. This fellow
Has a +2 to attacks and spells. That's
fly
pretty
out
weak.
this way. So Olaf and Lucia get opportunity attacks against this Mephit as it flies over your
I'm
heads.
blinded.
Never mind. So just Lucia.
Oh wait, the dog would get an opportunity attack.
That's true. It is leaving Fenrir's range.
Woof.
I feel like a 10 would hit.
No. These things are a little more wily than that. It manages to dodge out of the way of your rapier.
Actually, I sent the stat sheet for Fenrir to Hana, so I can just yoink it from there, because I'm stupid.
You are not stupid.
No, I just can't read right now, but I wrote fucking 5,000 words on my dissertation this week.
Ah.
So it's 1d20 plus 5 to hit. 15 hit? Or...
15 certainly hits, yeah.
Okay, I almost did 1d20 plus 2 for the damage. No, it's 1d8 plus 2. Oh, wow, 3 damage.
Okay. Fenrir bites it on the way. Olaf, you can tell that Fenrir sees other things in there, deeper in. You can hear him winding at you, warning you that there's more danger ahead. Asaka's turn. Wow, all the NPCs went first. I'm so sorry, guys.
It's all good.
She
Oh,
is...
critical roll.
I don't think she's blinded, so we don't have to worry about that. But she is restrained. She is going to ignore the restraints for now, and instead she is just going to slash at the Mephit twice. Both of those are going to hit. You see
Restraint gives disadvantage on attacks.
Okay, so it still hits. And her second attack.
Wait, did it method only move and not attack?
Oh, I forgot to make it attack. Yep.
It gets advantage against Asaka, against
It does.
anyone as restrained as well.
I was going to have it go for Levi, but it could absolutely go for Azaka as well. Here, I'll roll a d10. If
Could
it's
also
below
go
a
for the
5,
not
it's Levi.
restrained
If it's
one.
above a 5, it's Azaka. It's Azaka. So it swung its claws at Azaka, and it missed.
It has advantage.
Why? I designed this to be an
You did
interesting
this.
tactical
Why?
combat, and then I forget everything as soon as we get started. Okay, that does hit Azaka.
Saka only has a 12, damn.
Mm-hmm.
Thought she had more.
Yeah. So she takes that. You watch. She shouts in pain as these claws dig into her, and you see her get injured for the first time since you've been traveling together.
Oh.
Ah, another damn smoke method. There's so many. This one's going to fly overhead. This time it will pass over your head and out of your range, Elspeth, if you would like to do something.
I will. I'll try and just slash it with a
Okay, that
dagger.
works. That'll hit, yeah.
12. 4
Yeah.
piercing.
So you drag your dagger through it as it passes overhead, leaving some smoke behind. It will then curl up behind Hope and Levi. I'll do the same thing I did before. Okay, that is Hope. And Levi is safe by the luck of dice, I guess. So this Mephit is going to swing its little smoky claws at Hope, dealing 4 slashing damage as its little elemental claws are raked across you in your blinded state. I should roll for a crit.
How long does this blinded state last?
Just until the end of the Mephit's next turn.
Okay.
That
They
was a
can't
crit.
blind us again, can it?
No, they can only do it once per day.
Okay, good.
Yeah, they each can do it, but only the first one did it this time.
Each.
So that's 4 plus 3, because it on its advantage it rolled a crit. So you take 7 points of slashing damage as this thing comes up behind you, Hope. Now, finally, the PCs get to go with their remarkably low initiative rolls. Elspeth. And then Guy is up next with Olaf.
All right. I'm going to. I can't reach the one that just did hit Hope, which I would like to. It would be a disadvantage. So I'm going to shocking grasp the one that is out here on a second.
Sure. Yep. So you reach between your two friends to try to get a hold of it. You do get a hold of it.
Yeah. 6 lightning damage.
6 lightning. You see it is racked with electricity, and it barely holds together as you send a shock of lightning through it. There's
All
not
right.
much left.
If that one's pretty weak, then I'll burn a sorcery point and do it again.
Okay. Now these things are out of the cave, so you're rolling normally. Ooh, you grabbed it again for a crit.
Yeah.
Yeah, how do you want to do this?
Oh, does that...
That's going to take it out.
Okay.
Oh, wow, it was so low of a roll. That takes it out. It only had 3 hit
I'm
points.
just
You're
gonna...
lucky.
I'm going to grab it by the foot,
Yeah.
swing it round and throw it onto the cave wall where I just stamp on it and just
There you
send
go.
electricity through it and dispersing the smoke.
Yeah, so like a finisher from Infamous, you destroy the smoke method, and it is removed from initiative.
Yay.
And that's
like
the end of my
that.
turn.
All right. Olaf, you're up next. You are blinded and restrained. You're not having a good day, my friend.
I'm not restrained.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I don't know why you keep thinking I'm restrained. It's
You're
okay.
blinded, though.
I'm blinded
I
and restrained.
got
Okay.
yeah. I got blinded, but even though Olaf's blinded, he somehow just did not get restrained by the vines.
Okay. Yep.
Anyways, so I guess the only thing Olaf can really do, because I don't think you said there was any action I can do to remove the blindness effect.
No, the blindness lasts until the next turn, but you absolutely can pull yourself, move through the area of entanglement. It's just
Yeah,
resting.
you know that look people do when they just sand goes in their eyes and
Yep.
they just sort of do that weird face as if they really need to sneeze.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, Olaf's basically doing that as he just sort of he picks up his hand axe and he's gonna make the attack. Okay, just a quick question: if I make an attack at disadvantage while blinded, is there a possibility for me to hit my allies?
No. No.
Okay,
We're
thank
not
God.
playing with
I-
such
I-
variant rules.
Okay, good. Just making sure. I don't want to accidentally chop off Lucia's head. Lucia, I can't see right. Oh wait, that's not the right voice. Lucia, I can't see right now. Is there one in front of me?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to try something. I may miss though. Mind your head. So that's just the first roll, and that's
Yeah.
gonna miss. I think.
Unfortunately, a miss. It is a disadvantage, so it could be worse. But
Yeah, there's
You already
no
missed,
fumble
so-
rolls, so
No.
I'm just gonna Olaf is going to tell Fenrir to move up, make an attack.
Mhm.
+5. Brit.
He is in heavily obscured area, so this is also. Oh no! Heavily obscured just
no.
raises AC, doesn't it? I think that's how that works. Where's my?
I think heavily obscured makes you essentially blind when you're inside of it.
Oh, that's not what I meant to do. Three-quarters cover.
Lightly obscured.
Three-quarter cover is what I meant to do. Where the hell is my DM screen? Oh, there it is. Information.
Yep.
I said the wrong thing. What I meant
That's
to
okay.
say is the smoke in here gives them three-quarter cover. Not heavily obscured, that's a different thing. +5 is what I meant to do. Because they're very hard to spot. Anyway, even with
Well, it
that,
still hits.
you still hit
Yeah.
it. So,
Okay, so if I'm not mistaken, that's double the damage dice, but the same damage modifier.
and the reason it's
So-
three-quarter cover is because you can kneel down and see their feet.
Yeah. So so that's a 13 damage against the method.
God damn. Yeah, you hit it.
Good rock.
Bar.
With that, Fenrir takes it in its mouth and gives it a good shake. There's not much left of this thing. It's barely holding together.
Then I'm just quickly see if I have any bonus action cantrips. I do not.
That's combined.
1 second, and I believe that'll be the end of my turn because I don't want to risk moving while blind. But he
that is a
will
good plan.
notably slump against a wall if he can, if that even matters.
Yep. Lucia, what you see at the start of your turn is Fenrir destroy this method, but he very clearly has his eye behind him. Those figures you saw are still there.
Oh, is the method dead or
No, it's just
Okay.
very nearly dead.
okay?
But it
Let's
is
see if we can change
Lucia's
that.
turn, and then Levi is next.
I smacked the method.
You do.
Oh.
You hit it.
For 8 piercing.
All right, 8 piercing. Actually, it's got its extra AC because it's in a cloud of smoke. So that I don't think that hits.
Wait, is it
So
disadvantage
natural
or?
AC is 12.
I have disadvantage because I'm restrained and because I'm still panicking
okay.
right from the
Yeah.
fall. Bonus action, smack it. Miss.
An 8. 2 misses, unfortunately.
I guess at the end, Lucia will take this opportunity to do some meditative breathing until the next turn to calm down a bit.
You certainly can.
She still has disadvantage because restrained, but
Yes.
she's
Levi,
less panicked.
you are in the back of this group. How's things going back there?
Okay, well, I'm blinded.
Yep.
So that's not great.
I think you
but
failed your strength as
I
well.
will. It did, so I can't move. But this one guy's next to me, so I should be able to attack him with disadvantage.
That is correct. No extra AC for him because he's out in the open.
Okay. Come on, let me roll with disadvantage. 1 second. Normally it lets me right click and roll, so I'm just going to roll twice because it's not letting me do that. Whoa.
All right, a 12 still
There you
hits.
go. Amazing. And Hope is within 5 feet of him. Would
He
that
is.
count for sneak attack? Because Hope is also restrained.
I think so. Just because you're all in combat
Okay.
with it. So that you should get your sneak attack.
All
bonus,
right.
Yeah.
So, okay, nice. And then
Yeah,
also,
Yeah, it's not doing great.
1 second. Come on, roll.
Oh, that's your damage. I thought that was the roll. Jesus.
No, and then hey, that's also great. So 17 damage total.
It has 18 hit points, so it's down to
Oh, that's so close. Okay, well,
so
still pretty good.
close. Yeah, so
That's my turn.
casually over your shoulder, you swing the flail and smack it in the face. Also, I just remembered that XP to level 3 video is really indicative because I 100% am changing the rules on the fly like this. I did say it's heavily obscured it's cover if they're away from you. If you're 5 feet with it, you can see them because it's just smoke. It's in the adjacent space to you. So you actually would have hit with your first attack, Lucia. I'm sorry.
Oh.
I say things
Well-
and then immediately contradict them because I'm scatterbrained.
I guess it took 8 damage then?
Yes. So it would be dead.
The 80. Yeah.
Oh.
ADHD DM. Okay. So then there are 2 turns for things that you cannot see. Lucia, you hear another guttural word in Primordial, which Hope and Elspeth would hear. It is an invocation of flame, as another mote of flame is sent out towards you, Lucia. Why is it only rolling 2s? I've rolled 3 2s in a row. So this fire blasts against the wall, harmlessly, not hitting you. However, there is another one of these bad boys back here. He will move around a bit, continuing his concentration on the entangle spell. And what he will do instead is... No, you know what? That's still his best option. So he's also going to throw a Produce Flame at you. There we go. Disadvantage, because it's at range. It's a crit fail. The fire again splashes harmlessly against the wall next to you. Lucia, you take no damage. Hope, you are no longer blinded. Actually, nobody's blinded, because the Mephit's turn, it died, and its turn passed. So all of you can see again.
Yay, I can see again. Alright, so Hope is still restrained, which means...
no movement.
Disadvantage on... Okay. In that case... the only enemy I can see is this little dude, isn't it?
It is indeed. Further into the hole
right.
is still heavily obscured.
All right. He's going to.
I'm sorry. It is heavy. I said the
he's
wrong
got
thing.
He's got his pen in one hand, so he'll pull out a dagger with his other hand and kind of swipe at the guy.
Then you can do that.
And give myself disadvantage.
You still hit it.
Yay!
It has 1 hit point, so I will ask you, how would you like to do this?
I think you just kind of like, it's got like wingy thingy majiggers, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like kind of symbolically Hope slashes it, because it's kind of facing Levi.
Yep.
So he kind of slashes it across the wings and it just goes, what?
Yep. Tumbles down into the depths below. That works. Okie doke. That brings us to another creature whom you cannot see. Also, I forgot that they did this smoke by a spell. So it is heavily obscured. I didn't read the spell first. I am a goofball. That is... The line for that is... here. That's the wrong layer. There you go. That's the line of the smoke radius. Okay. This creature going to make another attack throw. This one is going to be targeting Olaf again. Does a 12 hit your AC, Olaf?
1 second. I believe it does, but I might be able to use shield in response.
Okay. Another mote of flame comes hurling out of the cloud towards you.
Oh, we hit a long rest, right? Because I have spell slot
Yep.
usage, but I don't think I should have spell slot usage.
Yeah, we did have a long rest at the end of towards the end of last session.
Okay. Yeah, I have an AC of 12, and I'd rather not get hit by this, so I'll get a reaction shield.
Okay.
Until my next turn, I have 17 AC.
Yeah. What does it look like when you cast shield?
It looks like a bunch of Nordic runes forming a rings around it, like pieces of his armor and so on, almost as if he's cast a flash runic enchantment.
Very good.
Which sort of create this sort of I guess, holographic armor around him. I can't think of the right word right now in the fantasy context. Ethereal?
That works.
There we go.
That works. With that, your turn is over. Azaka is going to attempt to break free of the entangle at her feet.
Masaka.
She does not do it. She remains restrained by the vines, which is honestly probably a good thing because she is hovering over a massive drop, or is pretty close to a massive drop. Elspeth, you're up next, and then Guy is going to follow you.
Yeah, am I able to help get Hope out of the restraints?
You certainly can. That's going to be a strength check, DC 10.
All right. No.
Well, with a 2, unfortunately, he's stuck fast in the tangling vines. And you hear from deeper within a deep guttural chuckle as these creatures can see through their fog cloud. All right, that's Olaf, and then after Olaf will be Lucia. Unless you had something.
I'm just going to turn around and say in primordial, you know what, fuck you guys. You think
More
you're
left.
funny?
Is it really the time to be whistling right now?
It's not whistling.
Anyways, would it be feasible for either Fenrir or Olaf to free Lucia from their bonds?
You can. That's athletics check, DC 10.
Okay, would Fenrir be able to do that?
Yeah, he is a creature. He does have an action.
Yes. 1 second, I'm just trying to find the strength of the hound. So he's got +2 strength. That's pretty good. I say that, and then he's going to roll like a 2 or something. So Fenrir will move over here. Olaf and Fenrir are going to switch places.
Okay.
I didn't switch them places. What the heck? And just bite down and not the
All right.
thingies. So that'll
as soon
be
as Fenrir moves, he is going to take an opportunity attack as one of these
rough.
creatures swings out at you. So
Well,
this is just going
yeah.
to be a D6 here.
Yep.
Well, I'll re-roll it.
No worries.
A 14 will certainly hit.
I
should
believe
not
it
be
does.
disadvantaged,
AC
so it's
15.
17.
Actually, AC 15.
I was wrong. It's not a disadvantage because they can see through your spell.
Oh. Fucking shillelagh.
But he gets a
Oh,
-2, so it's exactly a hit.
Damn.
Okay, that's going to be 2 bludgeoning.
Okay, not terrible.
Magical bludgeoning from the quarterstaff. As a relaxing.
Now that I've switched places with
Where is
Fenrir,
this
does this thing
standing?
become visible to me?
Let's see.
As
I
by
should
part by
look
your
up what
rules.
heavily obscured actually does now that I'm.
Yeah.
now that
While you're doing that, is it alright if I
Yeah.
do the check to see if Lucia is freed?
She is not. You would know that because you were right next to her.
No. I'm saying to see if Fenrir can free Lucia.
Oh yes, he absolutely can. Did you roll for it?
I'm rolling
sorry.
for it now. That's what I was asking.
looking
He
things
rolled a
up.
6.
Nope.
So I don't think that frees Lucia, sadly.
Blocks vision entirely. Where is it?
Some of the conditions and like environmental things are a little.
Creature effectively suffers from the blinded condition.
You might know
Difficult.
he is there, but you cannot see him
Okay, that's what it is.
or
So-
target him with anything that requires sight.
yeah, so it's essentially total cover.
Okay, that's slightly
Doesn't
irritating,
blinded just give you disadvantage on attacks?
I think you can still attack him if you know where he is, but
Yes.
can't see him. Like you say, you attack that
Yeah.
square,
Yes,
but I
you
might be
can't,
mixing it up. Pathfinder.
But I can't
you
target
just-
him with a spell that says like you must
Target
see
creature.
the creature. Target a creature you can see. Yeah,
Um,
so I'm pretty effectively neutered.
Yeah, the problem is
it
that
just
we're on a crit
it just
phase.
says that a blinded creature can't see and automatically fails any ability check that requires sight, and attack rolls against the creature have advantage, and the creature's attack rolls have disadvantage.
That's what it is. So you have disadvantage,
So
and you can't target
you
creatures
should
with spells
still-
and stuff that you need to see.
I can't. I won't be able to target him with spells that require me to see him.
Yes, unless you hit him and cause it to lose concentration, which is entirely possible. So now that we have that looked up,
They'll have dissonant whispers, though.
I'm sorry. Olaf, you just see smoke in front of you. You can stumble forward and do an action check, a search check, if you would like to. That would be an investigation check to see. Investigation.
But that'll
or
be my
perception.
entire turn, basically.
Yeah, to see if you can locate where people are. Or you can just head forward and swing randomly.
Well, considering it's hit him from there with a melee attack, and I can audibly hear like a clang of Fenrir being hit.
Fenrir was at this square right here. This square right in front of you.
Right, so they either have to be here, here, or here.
Mm-hmm.
But Lucia saw them before, didn't she?
Just clouds, like a shadow. Lucia knows there's things in there. But she
Okay,
didn't see enough to
rather
know
than
where
the
they are
relative
exactly in the
location.
smoke.
Yeah, that's chill. Olaf is going to make that action so that he can just help the people who go after him. So I'll make the investigation check.
All right, go for
I
it.
don't know if it becomes relevant, but my passive investigation is 13.
No, you'll still have to roll for it because this is you listening to see if you can like pinpoint where they are based on sound.
14.
14. Okay, that should be enough to get past their stealth. They're +2, +1 to Dex, and they're not proficient in stealth, which means you would know where some figures are. You know that there are 2 figures further down this way, and there's 1 figure off to your right this way.
Okay, so that means they
square
have to be here
and this
then.
square.
Right, okay, so one of these 2 areas. Okay, Olaf is going to relay
Can't
the
tell there's 3
information
figures in total.
precisely, just saying, seems like there's 3 of them. 1 down towards the south and 2 to the northeast.
Right.
With that information, Lucia, what would you like to do as you are restrained by this entangle?
I would like to try to get out of the entangle. So-
DC 10 athletics check.
Do I have to use athletics or can I use strength save?
It does specifically say strength on the entangle spell.
Yeah, but can I use strength instead of strength save, or do I have to use athletics?
Oh, I'm sorry, it's a strength check, yeah.
Oh, strength check is the same as my
Yeah.
athletics.
Yeah. Entangle is a
Nope,
strength check to break free.
I struggle. Can't do anything.
Unfortunate, you remain restrained. Levi,
Oh,
it
well.
is now your turn. You are also still restrained by this entangle spell.
Man. Okay, well, I guess I'll just do a strength check.
Okay.
It's just straight strength, not athletics.
You can if you're proficient in it.
Oh, I am definitely proficient in athletics.
Yeah. The spell
That's
says,
okay. That doesn't
You
do me any
It's
good.
10.
Oh,
The DC is 10. These are not
Oh,
excellent
amazing.
casters. I'll,
fantastic.
oh,
You'll love to see it. So that was my action, right?
that is your action, yes.
Cool.
So you still have bonus action and movement if you would like to do anything else.
Yeah, there's not really anywhere I can go. Right?
True.
Unless I... So I'll just... I guess I'll just stay here. Because, yeah, the guy's surrounded and I can't get in there to do anything.
True. All right. So you hang out there. So there are going to be 2 unseen creatures' turns. You hear a laughter from within, and Hope and Elspeth, you hear some high-pitched voices laughing to each other, and they say, "Bones for stew, we have more bones for stew. Come in, little humans, come in, little mortals, we are going to eat you." They're going to follow that up with... Well, first of all, there's going to be a produced flame hurled at Olaf once again. With disadvantage. So the crit fail misses. Fog Cloud affects the caster as well, I believe. I may have been wrong about that. Yeah, it affects the caster as well. So they are rolling at disadvantage. Okay. We're going to get another thing as this creature comes right up. Olaf, when you get back. Olaf feels a massive figure move up in front of him. And you hear it say, thunder skies above, thunder wave at you. And there's a massive cracking boom sound as the creature in front of Olaf casts thunder wave.
So DC 10 con save?
Yes. This is going to, it's a 15-foot cube. It is going to be right there.
Oh,
Yep.
oh my god.
So
Oh, boy.
Olaf, Elspeth, Lucia, Fenrir, and Azaka.
How did I crit fail that?
Ooh.
Surprisingly, I save on a con
Yeah.
save.
Okay,
I
so
still don't
Elspeth
know.
and Olaf both take 11 thunder damage. The rest of us in this space are only going to take 5.
1 second, I need to make the con save for Fenrir as well.
Mhm.
Which is going to be 23. My dog makes it.
Yep. So he's okay. So he only takes 5 thunder damage. Now, Elspeth, since you're not restrained, you're going to be blasted backwards. Levi, I will give you a reaction to try to catch Elspeth before she flies off.
I will also be blasted backwards, I believe.
You
not gonna
failed.
get
Yes,
blasted.
you would,
Oh.
wouldn't you?
But,
Okay, I dexterity
Yeah.
save or dexterity check?
Dexterity
It's the same
save
for me.
or dexterity check makes sense in this instance because you're
Yeah.
going to try to catch her as she flies past you. So go for it.
That's a 19.
Yeah, easily. Elspeth goes to fly overhead. You catch her, and you can place her in. There is no available
Perfect.
space.
I will hold on to her.
Yep. You're a small creature. You can functionally share the space for now. So
It's true. I mean,
Yeah.
halflings can hide behind people, and gnomes are
True.
smaller than
true.
so that makes sense.
Yeah. So, Guy, you see this very large figure. It's very bulky. Moves into the space in front of you. It says some words in Primordial, and there's a blast of thunder. You are blasted backwards. You replace Elspeth's spot. Elspeth is jettisoned off the back of the cliff. Levi, fast as a snake, catches Elspeth in the air and plucks her back down on the ground next to them. And that is the hidden creature's turns.
Okay, I know it's there now.
Yes, you
Can
know
I cast
exactly
Dissonant
where it
Whispers
is.
on it?
You can. 'Cause
All
you're
right,
targeting
I'm gonna
a
cast.
space.
I'm targeting a creature,
Yep,
but I don't need to know where. I don't need to be able to see it.
true.
It's just one creature of your choice within range.
Yeah, it just needs to be able
Anyways.
to hear you.
Yeah, I'm gonna upcast.
Okay. Hey. Let's see.
Leave me and my friends alone.
It succeeds, but it's still going to take half damage.
Good grief.
So you hear a shriek of pain as this creature in the darkness hunches over in pain. What did you say to it again?
Leave me and my friends alone.
Yeah, you hear it shriek in pain, and it says, "No, you're assaulting our home. You leave us alone."
Elspeth is just like hanging off the side. They do have a point.
Okay.
Elspeth, how do you tell these things to go fuck themselves in their language?
Yeah, just give up.
I think they have one more spell slot. I think what it's going to do, it's going to approach. I think that its best bet right now is to cast Thunderwave again.
No.
So another creature using their shared spell slot as part of their little coven here, it is going to move forward and cast Thunderwave on the space right here. That's damn it, wrong layer again. Token layer, there we go. All right, so everybody in that space needs to make one more con save.
We might have a problem here.
I'm restrained, so even
Oh,
if I
you
fail,
know.
I can't be thrown away.
Lucia makes it.
Constitution.
Yep. If you're
makes it.
strained, you will not be at risk of being blasted off because the vines will hold you tight.
That's Fenrir.
Ooh.
That was almost a 1 again. Holy shit.
Yep.
Holy shit, that was almost a 1 again. Oh my
Azaka's
God.
fine though, because she's also still restrained.
She is.
Why would the sucker have disadvantage?
I don't know. I guess I forgot to turn it off, so she would have succeeded.
Oh god, we all
Fix that
succeeded.
real quick.
Oh wait, no,
Normal.
hopes.
There we
Okay.
go.
Hopes
Okay.
a bit.
Oh,
We don't-
13 thunder damage. Guess who just got knocked out?
Ooh. So if you succeeded, that's only 6 thunder damage. If you failed, which is...
Oh fuck, how much thunder
Hope.
damage is that the first
13.
time?
Yep. So Hope
first
falls
one was
unconscious, but is held in place by the entanglement. And,
okay, 1 second. So,
Yeah.
that's 6 damage if we saved, right?
Yes.
I'm so sorry, but I missed the amount of damage it was the first time.
For
11.
the first one, it was 5. So in total, you've taken 11 thunder damage.
The first one he failed, so he took 11 on the first one.
Oh, yeah. So in total, that would be 16 thunder damage.
So, Olaf was on
17.
14.
Bad aside.
Yes.
Wait, okay, and then Fenrir would have taken half this time, so Fenrir is on 7.
Okay. Okay. Elspeth, you have been mercifully spared this thunder wave since you are
Yeah.
in the adjacent space.
I'm just gonna be.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well, no, you were going to say?
Alright, Levi feels like the Elspeth's weight will get lighter as I'm gonna start casting a spell.
Okay.
Like the air is gonna whip around me, and I'm gonna say to Olaf.
It isn't
I don't
quite your
see the
turn.
line-
I'm sorry.
Oh, it's not my
No,
turn.
did
the
I
initiative
delete you?
disappeared.
I deleted you. I'm sorry. I deleted Levi as well. God damn it.
I also don't see me. Mine was 5
Fuck that up. I accidentally
because my
deleted
early
you.
rolls were shit.
So Levi was 5. Elspeth, you were before Azaka?
10.14. No, I was after Azaka.
Elspeth had 10.14 because they were right before me.
Okay. Thank you, everybody. I'm sorry. This has been
It's okay.
been a time.
It's okay.
Okay. So Azaka is going to break free, or attempt to break free of her restraints. Why? She remains restrained.
Oh no.
Okay.
I mean, we could roleplay that she's so, like, distraught that she can't really
Yes,
pull herself
that
together.
Azaka remains restrained. Okay, Elspeth. Now you can do your thing. I'm so sorry I deleted your
Right.
tokens.
I'm gonna say to Olaf, I don't see language to tell these guys to fuck themselves, and I'm going to cast Shatter on this point.
Okay. That
Okay,
will
you want a 10-foot
prompt some
radius
saves for
spell.
sure. Shatter is con or dex?
Con.
Con. Okay, 1 failure, 1 success.
Yeah. And they need to make
Unsafe.
they need to make con saves for their concentration.
Only one of them does. Only one of them was concentrating. The other concentration you're not going to hit this time. But I can do that for
Alright.
sure. It's success.
Ugh.
Unless you do a shit ton of damage.
No, I did 13.
13.
So
Okay.
yeah, it's just gonna be DC
So
10.
it succeeded, yeah.
So yeah, whichever one succeeded takes.
It doesn't matter.
6.
Because even with the halved damage from succeeding, it dies.
Nice.
With that, the fog cloud disappears. So I can actually reveal to you the other person succeeded, so I'll just quickly remove his damage. All right, and what you see as the fog cloud clears is... Oh, come on. Layer, token layer.
Oh my god, I forgot the tokens were so big.
Yep.
I forgot the tokens
Two
were so big.
hunched over, wrinkly, saggy old Terra folk that are just covered in these black tattoos that have sort of been pressed and scarred into their leathery flesh. It looks like they're just covered in these like engravings, almost just swirling all over their bodies. And these old Terra folk just sort of squint at you angrily as you see one of their members falls to the ground, dropping concentration on the fog cloud spell.
Is it so funny now?
You see the one that you can see clearly squints its eyes angrily, and it says, "Not so funny anymore." Olaf is up next. Olaf and Fenrir. Now you can see what you're looking at.
What's the D&D equivalent of doing a reverb Scooby-Doo laugh?
Ooh.
I don't know. These things are gonna die.
Yeah.
So first,
they are
Fenrir's gonna
fairly
make.
frail looking. The difference is they seem to be protected by a magical set of armor that sort of shimmers just above the skin. It looks like they're covered in tree bark.
Barkskin?
Yeah, which ate up the rest of their spell slots.
Just quickly, just checking if it would be prudent for Steel Defender to heal themselves. Repair, it is an action. I think it'll be better just to kill these things and repair afterwards.
Go for it.
So 1d20 plus 5 to hit.
18 will hit it, yes, even with the bark skin.
1d8 plus 2 damage. 10.
10. That is going to be enough to take it out. So how does Fenrir kill this old man with a stick?
Jumps onto its body, pushes it to the ground, and rips up throat.
There you go. It lays there bleeding, and the other one, you can see it sort of scrambles to the back of the cave behind its ritual fire.
I can't occupy the same spot as it.
No.
I forgot that I had green flame blades, so I'll be using that.
Very good.
1 second. It's not appearing in here. Spells, there we go. Green Flame Blade, which I believe... I'm so sorry. I'm very stupid. I don't know how Green Flame Blade works. Do I just make the normal attack, but I recognize that I'm also
pretty
using...
sure. I can look up the spell real quick. I have Flame Blade, not Green Flame Blade. It's the same thing, right?
I believe so.
You evoke a fiery blade in your hand. The blade is similar in size and shape to a scimitar. It lasts for the duration, which is 10 minutes. It's concentration. If you let glow...
Green Flame Blade is basically enchants a weapon.
Okay. I don't have Green Flame Blade. That's probably from Tash's thing, because I haven't bought Tash's.
I think it's just if I'm not mistaken, I rolled it. It'll do 3 damage on top of whatever I roll, so I'll just do that. And I believe there's the fire.
A bit bonus damage, and then if you have level 5 or more, it does more bonus damage and does damage to someone else as well.
Yeah, so
this is an
action,
attack. So you can cast it this turn, but it wouldn't take effect until next turn.
It is...
no, part of the action is to attack.
Never mind. You're right.
So I rolled a 17 to hit.
Yeah, you certainly hit it.
And I roll a grand spanking total of 10 damage, 3 of which is fire.
Okay. It takes all of that and is looking pretty rough off, but you definitely hit it.
2-weapon fighting.
Hey, there you go.
I believe that I can use my light hammer.
I'm using alternative rules for 2-weapon fighting, so if you want to just roll that damage in with the first attack.
Huh?
We're using alternative rules for two-handed or 2-weapon fighting in this game, where if you have the fighting style or the feat, you can make a single attack and hit with both weapons with that attack roll.
Oh, okay,
that way you don't have to
right.
waste your bonus action on it.
Just 1 second, just making sure I do have 2-weapon fighting. It's an action. It's a bonus action of mine, not a feat.
Otherwise, it's a bonus action if you don't have the fighting style or the feat.
Actions in combat is bonus action 2-weapon fighting, so I'll roll again.
Okay.
If that's right?
Yeah, if you don't have the feat or the fighting style, it's a bonus action.
So I'll make a light hammer weapon because I believe it has to be a different weapon, right?
Yeah.
19 to hit.
19 will hit, yeah.
And I believe it is just 1d4, no damage modifier.
Okay. For a light hammer?
I have a damage modifier, but I'm saying because it's 2-weapon fighting.
Because it's 2-weapon fighting, and you're not skilled in that. Or trained in that.
3 damage.
Okay. How do you want to do this?
Taking the hand axe, sticking it through shoulder, and using the hammer to basically knock snouts.
Okay. You hammer him into the ground, and he shrieking, bounces on the ground a bit as you smack him to death. And initiative is over. With that, the concentration on the entangle drops. Hope, I need you to make one death saving throw as combat ends, and then everybody can make reactions. So give me a death saving throw, Hope. One failure. But now we're out of initiative, so anybody can do whatever they want.
Alright, I'm going to use my healing hands. Get help up.
Okay. Good choice.
I cannot help. I will take 3 turns to get out of the... Oh wait, no, the thing is broken.
Entangle
right?
dropped, yeah.
Yeah. I'm just gonna spam mending, my cantrip mending on Fenrir and heal them back to full. That'll take about 3 minutes. If that doesn't work, and as in if we don't have enough time, I'll just make them use the feature.
Okay. Yeah, so Hope, what do you say when Elspeth brings you back to life?
Hope kind of gasps awake and just kind of stares up at the sky and is like, that's what, the 3rd time? I want to go home.
I'm not keeping count.
Let's get away from the ledge.
Yeah, we've got this.
Hope isn't so sure anymore.
Yeah. Olaf, as you look around the ritual chamber, you see a number of grisly carved bones hanging off of the walls. A lot of them are animal bones, but many of them are clearly humanoid bones. You see human skulls, dwarf skulls, elf skulls. All of them have these awful ritualistic carvings into them. There are bone tools on the ground. These seem to be some type of shamans, and you can see their quarterstaffs are decorated pieces of gnarled old bone.
Olaf is very sort of disheartened by this, but he sees these people as... It's a very hard line to walk, because to call them, like, subhuman would be degrading, and they're just living a tribal culture, but at the same time they're partaking in just the wanton murder of people and the dismemberment of bodies and so on. He finds the whole practice a bit too gruesome for his liking.
That's entirely fair, yeah. Azaka will hold you close, Lucia, and she will say, as I said, horrible monsters. Evil creatures. She will limp into the room. You can see that the wounds from the method aren't closing as quickly as they were previously. However it hurt her, managed to stick this time. Hope, since you're out front, could you give me a perception check?
Perception. That's a 14.
A 14, yeah. You can hear a soft wheezing coming from this direction.
Hope stops walking forward and just kind of freezes.
Yeah.
There's something up ahead.
I think Olaf, upon hearing that, he's kind of sick of these monsters. He'll check the body later and try to follow up behind. Oh!
Ooh.
Awkward. It's like a fucking dungeon meet cute. Just, sorry, what are you doing in the dungeon? Olaf, would Olaf be able to reasonably see?
Yeah, you can see up ahead. You see the passageway here goes forward a bit and then branches off left and right. To the left, there's an alcove you can't see into because it's obscured from your vision where you're at. The other way, you can see that there is a hole in the ceiling that extends up further.
That's this dotted line here, yes?
Yeah.
Looks like we're doing more climbing.
It's okay, rest stop, buddy. I'll check up ahead. Fenrir, doing a little dog jog.
Yeah.
Gonna come through here and at this point they'd be able to see the thing, or do they have to go a bit further?
Yeah. Fenrir can see what it is. Do you have an ability to talk to Fenrir?
More of a yes/no system right now.
Okay. Yeah, so he sees the thing.
Friend or foe, Fenrir? A or B, basically.
Yeah. It shrugs because that's not in its repertoire of yes or no.
Bark once for friend, twice for foe. 3 for unsure.
3 barks.
It's pretty easy. Just...
Okay, there you go. You peer around the corner, and you see there's a roughly human-sized figure laying at the bottom of the little alcove here. You see its feet and hands have been tied together, and there is some very badly damaged wings extending from its back. They look fairly injured. This eagle person has been tied up. He can't be no more than about 5 feet tall. He's wearing nothing but a loincloth. And as I said, it looks like he's been pretty badly beaten. His wheezing is just his breathing. It looks like he's got hit in the face a few times, so his beak is a little fucked up in the moment.
You're right, bud. I mean, obviously not, but can you tell us your name?
You see the eyes of this creature open, and it looks up at you with bloodshot eyes, untrustingly, and doesn't answer you.
But Olaf is going to slowly approach, crouching down. And at any point, if they snap or try to lunge at him, he's going to back up.
Yep. You can approach. Give me a persuasion check.
Sure. And Olaf is going to say, while trying to persuade this thing, he's like, looks like you've been captured by the Terrafolk. We've actually come to retrieve something from them and managed to kill a few on the way up. Crit fail.
Yep, it sure was.
You rolled a lot of ones today.
That's another one. You see, he looks absolutely terrified. He flinches at your approach and sort of curls up into a ball, covering his face.
Okay, can I make an additional persuasion check as I cast Cure Wounds on him?
Yeah. Yeah, I'll allow that.
So I'll first roll Cure Wounds.
Yeah.
So that'll be 10
hit points.
10 points healed.
That's good. You watch some of the wounds close on his back.
And it's like, I can't do a lot for you right now, but... And then he's gonna... but if you come with us, we might be able to get you fed.
You see...
and out of this place.
Yeah, he blinks blearily up at you, and he says with a rough and raspy voice, "Water!"
Yeah, for sure. Reaching for his thingy. I believe we still have a little bit of clean water left over.
A little bit.
So he's going to feed the water to this guy who's restrained, but trying to make sure that he doesn't drink too much too quickly, otherwise he'll get sick. No, not too fast, not too fast.
He coughs a little bit. But once he does, he says, You have a fearful countenance.
Really?
You look like a demon coming out of the smoke like that.
To be honest, I was much blinded by it like you were. Not those fucking winged fuckers.
You said you've come here searching for something.
That is true, yes. And once we get it, we can hopefully help you get out of here.
That would be wonderful. The healing is more than I ever expected to get. When they caught me, I thought I was going to die here.
Can you tell us your name? And that he's going to sort of like, still looking at this guy, like keeping eye contact. He's going to sort of usher Elspeth and the others to come forward.
Yeah, you come around the corner and you see this eagle man, looking a little better than what Olaf found him. Some of his wounds have healed. He can talk clearly now. He raises his tied hands up to his face and he rubs his scratchy eyes, and he says, "My name is Nefir. Please, if you wouldn't mind." He holds out his hands with the rope on them.
I'll take a dagger and...
he's going to try to prevent Elspeth from doing that. Elspeth should push ahead, but wants to just sort of get, like, a mutual understanding between everyone here. So does Elspeth continue?
Yeah. He looks at Olaf with that same distrust from earlier and looks pleadingly at you, Elspeth.
Why don't you want his hands free?
I want to make sure he doesn't just run off and get himself killed.
He's
That helps
obviously
nobody.
going nowhere. No offense.
But he might make a stupid choice. Sorry to say, but people get desperate at times like this.
I just
And
wanna
he's,
go.
I understand that, but you can't leave right now. We have to make sure that it's safe to leave first. Okay,
I'm
once we
sure
cut
his
you free...
hands-
For fuck's sake, never mind.
Okay.
He's not going to run off. You can't just keep him prisoner like they did. We're better than them.
I'm not... Oh my god. If you let me finish what I'm saying sometimes. Olaf, seeing that he's probably not the face of the party, that's why he's just going to walk away.
No.
Yeah, so you can approach and cut the bonds off his hands, and this man is significantly shorter than you, and you can see that the bones in his wings seem to have been broken. One of them is held at a painful angle behind him. He says, "Your friend there, he's not very good with his words."
Yes. I don't know what's got into him, to be honest.
As I was saying, I'm Nefir. Thank you.
Elspeth.
It is nice to meet you, Elspeth.
Why don't you come sit by the fire?
They
Feel that's more
captured me.
comfortable.
It was not comfortable. They captured me in the woods. I was scouting, looking, and they caught me, and they dragged me here to get information from me. They don't know where we live, and I didn't tell them, but they're always desperate to find and raid Kirsebal.
Is that your home?
Yes. We
Is it
Arakokra, we have our hidden nest.
I imagine there aren't many of you of they're preying on you.
Not as many as there were. Since the spell plague, we've been dwindling.
Hmm. Well, let's see if we can get. Well, let's rest by the fire. We can see if we can get you a bit healthier.
All right. So, is that code for a short break or a short rest?
I would like to take a short rest, but I do want to continue the conversation with them.
So everybody can take a short rest as you sit around the fire. And Nefir is open and ready to answer any questions. Azaka, by the way, will take your administrations well, Lucia, and she will look at you and she will say, "I'm really not used to getting hurt. Not many things in the jungle do magic."
I guess there got to be some things eventually, right? They're gonna be alright.
These creatures rot. This
I
is
just realized that I spent my healing on her, even though I'm almost dead.
Yeah, no, she's much tougher than you are. She says,
But I do the healing. I basically tend to her wound.
Yeah.
And then we shot rest anyway. So.
Yeah. She says, my mother could heal like you do. I think if I get the mask back, I might be able to as well. Could help us in our
I'd like
quest.
if you could. Healing is a wonderful thing. Many people just know how to hurt others, but very few know how to take care of others.
It's a skill like any other.
Or in an adventure, you often have to fight. You have to hurt. But in the end of the day, the thing that keeps you alive is taking care of each other.
She nods and she says, "It's a skill like any other. And you are full of them." She pats you on the shoulder. And
I'm gonna rest my head on her shoulder.
Yeah.
For a short rest. 0
of course.
and 7. It's
right.
still funny.
Yep. Azaka will also roll some hit dice.
Does she
what-
too?
She's still low. She took a
Really?
decent chunk of damage. She took 2 hits. One with a fireball and one with a...
All right, one of those hit as well. I thought it was only the
Knife
one
and slash.
super low claw.
What did you say this guy's name is, Spencer?
Nephir. Okay, Azaka's back at full.
Nephir.
I will type it out in chat here. There you go.
Ooh, like Zephyr. I'll just say to him, so Nephir, you said you were scouting, right?
Yes.
What are you scouting for?
He looks at you and he says, game, mostly. We need to eat. We're not really the farming type.
So you're hunting mostly?
Mostly. Tracking big game, that sort of thing.
Yeah. You hunt dinosaurs?
Oh! When we can. We generally only catch things that are small enough to bring back up there, so, you know, a raptor, something like a triceratops or allosaurus would be too large to bring up there, hadrosaur. Generally more small game sort of thing.
Yeah. Sorry, go on.
He goes into a little too much detail. If you would like to give me an insight check.
All right. Oh.
Yeah. He's just telling you about his culture now. He says, our Akokra, we're generally obligate carnivores. We eat mostly meat. Generally of mammals or fish. You know, you get really good trout from some of the inland streams. Just going on and on and on.
Good to know. You don't have to worry about throat leeches when you eat the fish, do you?
Oh, we eat leeches as well. It's a good source of iron.
The throat ones?
Oh no, not the throat leeches, no, but actual leeches. We have big fat ones deep in the jungle.
Sounds wonderful.
He says, when we get a particular, when a couple of us get a particularly large kill, we can carry it up together, and generally those are days of feasting. We'll have a big fire. We'll prepare it. You have to understand, Kirsabal is very secret, very segregated. We don't have much contact with the outside. When we have a chance to celebrate, we absolutely take it. There's not many of us left.
Yes, I understand. I'm not going to ask to see it. One thing I want to know is, do you have any information about the jungle? Do you live? You don't have to tell me exactly where, but do you live in the jungle?
He says, "We live in the jungle. Yes, we are denizens of the island. We know many things, but we do keep ourselves fairly distant. Well, what in particular do you have in mind? What is your purpose out here in the jungle? What are you retrieving?"
Well, currently, we know our destination. We're heading to some pirates. But as an overarching goal, we're looking to find, I forget what name we know it by. Do we know the Tomb of Aasimar?
No, you would know about the death curse, and you would know that it is emanating from the lost city of Mesero.
Yeah, we're looking for the lost city of Mesero.
With that, he smiles gently and he says, "The lost city is long gone. It was taken to the heavens when Ubtao absconded with his duties. You won't find it out here in the wilderness. I am sorry to tell you, but it's a fool's errand."
But we know whatever is causing the death curse is coming from there.
If that is the case, then your quest is already lost. You're liable to die out here in the jungle. I wouldn't recommend chasing fairy tales out here.
Right.
Anybody that's nearby is welcome to hop in on this too. I know it's Elspeth and Nephir mostly, but anybody can hop in if you want to roll any checks or anything like that.
Well,
from what he was talking about all like the culture, but no specific details.
Yeah.
Would Olaf be able to roll an insight check?
Yeah, you can give me an insight check.
Just
You've been listening to all of
mostly trying to see if like he's basically just trying to give him like talk but not talk. You know what I mean?
it. Yeah. Give me an insight check. See what you can glean. Elspeth got a crit fail, so Elspeth is totally engrossed in this. She's believing everything he's saying. 13, okay. With that, you can't tell exactly what he's hiding, but this guy is clearly very shifty, and he's choosing his words very carefully. He's talking a lot about not much at all. Oh,
yeah,
and,
that's what I'm thinking.
Abby is stepping away for a minute, so...
Also, Lost to the Heavens sure sounds like a job for an airship.
Yeah. But yeah, he just continues talking with Elspeth for a little bit about how dangerous it is out here, how he wouldn't recommend anybody go after it, and how there's good reason that the city of Mesro was taken. It was a decadent kingdom that long overstayed its welcome and committed many sins. The punishment of the gods to remove it was an absolutely just decision, and no one should go there.
Well, what is he trying to talk around?
Oh, there you go.
He's been talking for so long that I think
yeah.
eventually Lucia would listen.
So with a
as well.
24 insight, Lucia, you can tell he knows way more than he's letting on, and is deliberately obscuring it by talking way too much about stuff that doesn't matter. And also, he knows he keeps directing Elspeth away from any discussion about his home, what exactly he was doing out here, because he was lying about that. He was not out here fishing. And the other thing is that, again, he very intently trying to get Elspeth to give up on the Mesro thing.
I'm going to just straight up tell him, you know you don't have to talk with us if you don't want to, but it's very good to just outwards lie to people, right?
With that, you hear a clap as his beak stops flapping for a minute, and he looks at you with his bloodshot eyes, and he says, you are a drow, yes?
Yes, but I don't know what that matters right now.
Forgive me, but the motivations of a group of adventurers in these jungles is always suspect. And with the countenance of that one, he nods to Olaf, and the presence of a drow, and of one of your kind. He inclines his head to Azaka. He says, I'm not entirely sure what your motivations are, and there are things out here that need to be kept safe. You have done me a favor by saving me, but I would sooner die than tell my secrets to people I cannot trust.
We're here to stop the death curse. That's what we're here for. There's nothing shady about it.
He looks at you and he says, I do not know of this death curse.
People are dying.
People always
Who
die.
shouldn't be dying right now.
To be fair, the people that are dying are people that should have been dead.
Something is altering
That's
the course
not
of events. An unnatural force. That is what we're trying to investigate. Not for glory, but for a more understanding, as this could pertain to even dire events. Even more dire events.
Well then, convince me. What do you think this death curse is trying to do? And how exactly is it making more people die before their time? Because to me that just sounds like the wars of men.
Something is consuming them.
That
So I've
catches his
heard.
interest. He gives you a quizzical look.
From our
I have
understanding,
a good
souls are
source.
being taken from the natural flow of life and death. If I'm not taking things wrong, right, Hope?
They're not making their way to the places where they normally go.
With that, Nephir takes a big inhale, and his shoulder feathers puff up a bit, and he says, we are aware of this problem. We did not know it was emanating from this place.
From what
Coming
place?
from somewhere in the jungle. Presumably the old city. We're
He
trying to
stops.
stop it.
Yeah. He sighs and he blows some air out his nose, and he says, I don't know if as you are now, you are equipped to reach such a place. He appears
I don't think
that.
so.
I suppose that's why we're on this journey, to become equipped.
You say you want to restore the flow of souls to their proper place, is that right?
Among other things.
It's the other thing
Hocus
that I
nods.
worry about.
Moreover,
We have-
Sorry, go on, Elspeth.
People we care about are being taken. Those that were revived are now wasting away. Mine and Hope's mother, as well as her sort of uncles, are getting taken.
You see, he purses his beak and he says, as much as I can respect the love you have for your family and your loved ones, such resurrections are against the natural order, and it's the god's hubris that has led us into so many troubles.
But that's not the only issue. I mean,
No.
Something or someone stands to gain
souls are
from
going.
all this.
Souls aren't getting to their proper location. I know this. They're not getting to their proper destination. Something is interrupting their flow, and like the whole resurrection thing sucks, and it's on top of that. But it wouldn't be so scary to lose her mother if we knew she was going to Valhalla where she belongs. But if this curse kills her, she's not going to Valhalla. She's going somewhere else, and it's not a good. I don't think it's a good place.
I think at this point we're going to get a group persuasion check. I will
Probably
give-
Hope should make it.
Yeah. Hope. Since you're being helped out by your friends, it'll be with advantage.
All right.
But yes, you
Persuasion!
can attempt to persuade him to give you more aid.
+7.
Ah,
That's
nice.
There you go.
That's awesome.
With that, his reservations, you can see he relaxes a little bit. And he says, we don't know where the lost city is, but we know how to find it. You would do a good thing by removing this cult from the peak here. They have been terrorizing these lands for centuries. If you are successful in clearing the peak of their monstrous leader, I will tell you the location of Kir Sabal. If you go there, if you make your way up the summit, my leader can perform a ritual that will allow you to fly for a week. During that week, if you go to see the oracle at Orlunga, she will be able to tell you where the lost city is.
That would be
That's what
really
a problem, yeah.
appreciated.
Otherwise, you will be wasting weeks or months trekking through the jungle. She is the only one that knows.
The oracle at
Orlunga. I will type it out.
and the name
And-
of the mountain that we need to climb.
Kir Sabal is the Aarakocra village. He is keeping the location of Kir Sabal hidden for now. But if you are successful in wiping out the Terrafolk cult here, he will
Yeah.
absolutely tell you the location of it as a reward. If you make your way there and get to the summit, he says they will welcome you and perform a ritual that will allow you to fly for a week, after which time you'll be able to easily track through the jungle to Orlunga without wasting like a month of travel. And at Orlunga, there is a powerful sage who is aware of the location of Mesro. You see Zaka perks up when he says this, and she says, I know the oracle at Orlunga. I didn't know she knew such secrets.
Is that wizard you told us about?
Yes.
Nephir, that's his name.
Yes. Nafir is the name of the
Yeah.
Aarakocra.
The Orlonga, is that the place we were already vaguely planning to go?
Yes.
Yes, along the way.
Okay, that's a great shortcut then.
With that, when you say that, Nefir will simply shrug and say, you can always go the long way, but it would certainly make your journey faster if you visit Kirisabal.
We will. It's a great honor. Thank you for trusting us.
Clearing the evil of this place will prove to me, more than just your words, that you are good people, looking out for the good of the realms. There are too many who care for ideology or nation, and when they traipse through this jungle, they bring all sorts of assumptions. What do we care about is balance. The plains exist in harmony since the Dawn Age. They have to be kept that way, regardless of what powerful figures want.
I want to know something. You seem significantly more insightful about some people than most. I wouldn't expect someone in Chult to know about what you would consider typical Drow nature. I wouldn't consider someone here to just be so judgmental towards people. And I'm also curious why you were so fixated on Asaka even though you didn't even talk to her. That is not something no person should even be able to tell.
We are lore keepers. Our culture goes back to the elemental plane of air. We have been there for everything. We saw the descent of the Drow after the Crown Wars. We saw the destruction that the Elven empires wrought as the Sun Elves conquered their neighbors and drove the world to the brink of destruction. We were there when Arvandor was created, and the world almost destroyed. Time itself was broken. And we've watched the nature of people with your affliction, he says gently to Azaka, run rampant through the jungle, killing wildly and madly. I hope you will forgive me, but civilization is not of particular value to us.
Nephir, you say your people are lore keepers, yes?
Yes.
Well, let's hope that old adage doesn't ring true, and history doesn't repeat itself, and a new story is told.
Certainly hope so. These lands have been conquered and rewritten and conquered and rewritten more times than we've counted. He looks.
That's tough.
Yeah. Sorry.
No, it just sort of like, just Olaf coming to terms with just the cruel nature of the village, just saying it's tough. It's rough, isn't it? Well,
He nods and he
if we have
says,
to, yep.
as long as you're looking to do good, for the sake of good, and not for the sake of others or greater powers, I can trust you. You saved me. You seem trustworthy, despite my admitted prejudices.
You would do good not judging people from the first thing that jumps into your mind. Should at least give them the chance.
See, he sighs, and that seems to affect him. And he looks down at himself and he says, "You're not wrong. We may have been overly cautious."
It's what kept you alive, but it might keep you stagnant. Averse to change and averse to others.
He looks at you quizzically, and he says, "Oh shit, what's her name?" He says the name of his, the leader of his people, which is a name that I can find real quickly. There we go. He says,
the weird name.
Ashara. Yeah. He says, Ashara, I think, would like you. You have good questions and good thoughts. I am just a scout. I wasn't lying about that. She is the truly wise one amongst us.
Well, Scout, could you tell us a couple things about perhaps the leader of these Terrafolk? If we are to stop them, it might be good to know how many we're facing.
He nods, and he says, the leader of Firefinger is a terror that is nearly a century old at this point. He has kept himself alive, he has kept himself strong in his old age, using dark sacrifices. There are old magics in this place, from Uptau's, from the Tabaxi Empire.
I believe there's a bit of crunchiness coming from your end, Spencer.
No, that was, I think Riley was unfolding something.
Oh, okay. I think it sounded like it was coming for you. Anyways, continue, sorry.
He says, there is a dark magic here, or there's magical power here, which Narak has been pulling upon, with dark magics, dark rituals performed by his elders here. They have kept him young and strong despite his advanced age. He also bears a magical trident. I was actually sent here to retrieve that trident and deprive it from this tribe so they can no longer wreak such horrors upon the land around them. As far as I know, Narak has at least 8 with him at all times. There are a number of others. Their exact numbers fluctuate. There are a number of Terrafolk tribes throughout Chult, and they will trade members every now and then to keep the genes, keep their heredity clean. So I am not sure exactly how many, but there are at least 8 that are with him at all times.
Wait, I believe we killed 2 of his elders. You're saying there's a further 8 with him right now?
Well, 8 that dwell here. I don't know how many you have killed already. The 3 elders you killed here, I wasn't counting them. They were simply his shamans.
Shit.
We fought 9 earlier.
And you killed 6.
Yes, but those aren't the ones with him at all times, I believe. That could just be his foot soldiers.
If they're with him at all times, they would not leave to attack us.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, so Nephir will continue and say, I don't know how many scouts or how many come and go, but that you will probably be dealing with at least 8 up on the summit, along with Nephir himself.
Why did they only send you here to do that? That seems very unreasonable.
I wasn't the only one. I had 2 companions. They killed outright, and they brought me here for questioning. We were trying to steal this trident in the dead of night, and we were caught.
I'm sorry to hear that.
It happens. We are trying to do good in the world. Sometimes it costs us our lives.
So, if we were to get you that trident, you'll put in a good word with your people for us?
Absolutely. If you remove Narak from the equation one way or another, you will do a great boon to this region. You'll definitely get a lot of Terrafolk off our back. What you do with the trident, I don't particularly care. It's a relic from the Empire.
Olaf's going to turn to the rest of the people. It's like, do you reckon we can do it with 9 of those bastards?
I think so. We're pretty much at full strength again.
We were at full strength and on the ground. Last time we fought 9 of them.
We were surprised and not really understanding what we were facing. Do you know much of the sort of how you say? Would they fall apart if their leader were to be killed?
Eve thinks, and he says, "They are brutal and cruel people, these Terra folk. But their spirits could probably be broken. Nurak has ruled over them for 2 generations. He is treated as something of a demigod. It is possible. You could break their morale if you kill him first."
That is just the concerning bit. We don't have such gifts as your people. If we are to fall off this tower, we will die.
Speak for
Don't
yourself.
fall.
I don't know if you have a sense of humor or you.
His beak is hard to see.
Levi chuckled at that.
Hey, there you go. He says, I am not great in a direct confrontation, and he stretches his broken wings. He says, as you can see, I'm also not particularly mobile at the moment. So, if you
Yes,
don't mind, I won't be coming with you.
That's okay, but I'm just worried if we can't get the bag, what will happen to you?
He says, I'll descend the tower. I'll wait an hour. If you don't come back by then, I'll descend and make my way through the jungle floor.
Excuse me.
Well, no matter what happens, good luck to you.
You as well. I hope I don't see your bodies in the dirt.
Hopefully not.
And
Is
thank you.
everyone ready?
Oh,
I guess
delightfully
that guy's not the one where we would try to spare his life and reason with him.
I don't think a man who's been spending countless decades at this point, sacrificing people to whatever dark god they worship just to live another day longer, is going to be a reasonable person. Unless I'm mistaken.
I'm not that enthusiastic about killing people, but if there's a line to be drawn, this is a good place to draw it. On whatever the opposite side of whatever these things are.
Azaka nods, and she comfortingly puts an arm around you, Lucia. She says, my people were hunted through the jungles. The Tabaxi Empire and my people fought each other in the long days ago, and we did horrible things, I'm told, in that war, and they were returned back on us. The reason I am the last of my people is because that monster, that Raznisi, killed them. Man, woman, child, hunted us into the jungle. Turned our own forces against us. He could raise the dead with a thought, a gift from Abdel himself.
Okay.
So, I don't particularly like judging people either, based on their culture or race. We'll talk to him. For you.
Following Elspeth is a lot harder than I thought it would be. I guess we got it, right?
Just to be clear, are we trying to talk first, or what's the plan?
I don't think there's much talking with these from what we've seen so far.
From what I've heard, these folks
It doesn't seem
have,
like there's much point.
indicated a certain way of being that I think the rest of us fatally disagree with.
Yep.
So
Going our
try,
way.
though. right? I mean, that's what you guys are showing me out here, right? I mean, strength of arm is all well and good, but you guys are going out of your way to help people. Maybe
I'm not
it's-
sure if any of these Terrafolk would like to defect. I feel like they would have done it already.
Don't get me wrong, I'm happy to kill them. I mean, prey is prey. But I
We
don't
can
want-
kill their leader. Oh, sorry.
Oh, she just says,
Perhaps.
Lucia.
Sorry.
Lucia makes a good point, and we're not like them, and we shouldn't be like Ross. We shouldn't just kill people.
Perhaps we defeat their leader and then give the rest a choice to stay or
It does
leave.
sound like it's mostly him driving the rituals.
Right.
They can
It's
choose
an
their own
option.
fates then.
Let's give it a go.
If we can
That's-
manage to incapacitate or, I guess, kill Nark, and they don't continue fighting, can we at least try to talk to them at that point?
If
And
they,
If they might be, well,
if
able to
or to
become
kill
more...
someone who's surrendered.
if we
that's
remove
what you
Nak
mean.
from the situation, and they don't want to follow his ideals into death, and they let us be, then I'm okay with letting them live. But if they continue their ways, we will come back for them.
Sokka nods. Rules of the jungle.
Is that agreeable with everyone?
That's fine with me.
Yes,
Sounds
I think.
good.
Willing to give them a chance, but as someone who's come from a people who suffered under similar folks, I just want to say, like, I mean, how many chances do you give Nazis, you know?
One,
What's a Nazi?
Azaka says. We give them one. And
I
then
feel like that's a term that could transfer across
Yeah.
across worlds.
yeah,
Could
Levi
that
would
just
have
be
said
like a-
salamanders.
Yeah.
How many chances do you give a Thayan?
Yeah, there you go. Azaka says one, and then you punch them to
One.
death.
Sounds good.
Let's get it.
Sorry, I thought did you just say let's get it, like let's get this bread?
I want to make it known that was out of habit from just having fun playing Destiny. That is not studying character. Elspeth is not a
The
gamer.
gamer bro culture.
Oh my god, Elspeth would be a gamer though. Elspeth would be one of those people who like no scopes on Call of Duty and then like turns on voice chat right at the end just to prove to everybody that she's a girl and just destroys 12-year-olds' confidence.
Honestly,
Yeah,
I first think like
absolutely.
a streamer girl.
Yep.
Based.
But one of not one of the movie streamers, one is just like highest ranking.
He's really good at
They-
the fucking game.
Ellie and Hope once played together, and then Hope was like, I am never playing a video game with you ever again.
Well, anyway, back to the game before we take a quick piss break. Asaka is going to hold her hand into the middle of the group and she's going to say, I'm very glad I chose to come with you. Ragtag folks, you don't look like much from the outside, but you have strong hearts, strong convictions, and your own skills that make you well worth it as traveling companions.
I'm glad we chose you over. I'm going to put my hand in. I'm glad we chose you over the probably infinite number of fraudsters in City.
They're all idiots.
Especially that weird snake lady. Wait, no, I don't know if she's a snake lady. We just assume she's a snake lady.
Well, now I think she's a
Especially that
lycanthrope.
weird priestess. She's slimy.
So all hands in the middle.
Yeah.
Even the Fenrir puts a little fucking metal paw in the middle.
And then
almost
there's a
called
teeny,
Lucia skin.
there's a teeny tiny little mouse hand.
Yep. Yeah. And then she says, "You know, I don't know what to call you guys, but I guess we'll figure that out later."
Oh
We
god,
really
do we
don't
need a
have
group
a
name?
Group
I
name.
kind of like
They never figured it out. They were together for ages. They defeated an evil god and they still didn't figure out how to name themselves.
I kind of like the idea of
There's a-
Dead
Nothing.
Company.
Dead company.
We could be the group without a cool acronym.
No, we definitely need
Wacka?
that in there.
Wacka.
No, we're not being guacca.
She laughs and
Guacamole?
she says, "We can figure it out later." The Dead Hunters is
Good
a pretty
idea.
good name. Break. Let's go kill
right.
some. Let's go kill a call later.
Yeah, we all
Turn around
turned to
and
walk into
right?
the sunset, but we hit a cave wall. I was like, oh yeah, right, we're in sewers.
All right. So we're going to take a quick 10-minute bathroom break. Feel free to eat, get some tea, whatever. We'll pick it up when we get back. And then up to the top for a boss fight.
Let's get this bread.
Let's go.
All right. I will be back.
I'm watching a man make a beef Wellington. Give me a second.
I've watched too many. What's his name? The guy who made Phineas and Ferb.
Oh,
I've
Dan
been watching
Pollard?
Yeah, I've been watching too many of his shorts on YouTube, which is why I came up with the group without a cool acronym.
To be fair, I really liked the fact he's just on like social media and stuff. He seems like such a chill guy.
Oh yeah, no, he's really neat. He gets super excited about things in like just a sweet and genuine way, and it's just fun watching his content.
Did you see the one where he's like, "Wait, why the fuck is my fridge $10,000?"
Oh, I did see that
I
one.
don't
And then
remember
someone
that.
walks in, and they're like, it's supposed to be his wife. And his wife's like, well, you gave me the budget to buy the house, you made no choices to do with all the furniture, and then goes on this like spiel, like goes into Spanish as well. And then he's like, you know what's the really disturbing bit? That's not even my wife. And then his wife like pops in.
I think he just turns towards the camera slowly and just says, "That's not my wife."
Then his wife pops through
Because she
frame. It's
hired
like, it's like, I hired Angela to play me. Why?
I think I have seen something similar to that. It was a while ago. I do remember the "That's not even my wife," or "That's not my wife."
My wife. I'll see myself there.
Yeah, you better.
Good job.
I'm gonna go make a cup of tea and get my slice of cake. Oh my god, I just
Cake?
cracked my back. Yeah, we got big slices of cake again from a carvery. I need to go wash my cup. Alright, back in a tick.
I'm jealous.
Bro.
Where the chip? Could be something to do with. I don't want to go religious with it, so it can't be like a reference to Thor, although that would be pretty cool. Could be a reference to Fenrir, because Fenrir is like. Fenrir and Six Whiskers are kind of like our mascots. Theoretically. I mean, the last groups I was in, we had the Pancake Squad. Something about pancakes.
I
forget
believe you
what the
mean
actual name
Wodar's
was.
Pancake House.
Yes. I was like, I don't remember what the actual wording of that was, but I know it had something to do with pancakes. Yeah, no, it's hard to think up a name. I'm just kind of. I mean, the last group I was in that actually had a group name, I think, was the Bear Brigade.
That's true. We did
The
have the
Dino
Bear Brigade.
Squad.
The Dino Squad.
The Dino Poop Squad.
The Dino Poop Squad. The Shit Squad.
Oh my gosh.
The Shit Kickers.
The Dino
Really?
Poop
I really
Brigade.
don't want
The
that
Shit
to be
Kickers
our
is a
name.
good one.
That's such a bad name.
The Dead Shits. The Undead Shits.
But why would we have dead or undead? That's like tempting fate.
Yeah. The Manure Squad.
We could be like Ragnarok.
I like the poop.
You like the
The
poop
flaming
motif?
shit wagons.
Hana apparently likes the poop motif, so we can go with that. Completely coincidental.
No, I don't want to go with the poop motif.
I really
I
don't
think
want
it's
to go.
actually a good idea.
Okay.
It just is funny.
The burning
I
wagon.
do like reference the. I like the reference to like Norse mythology just because like it wouldn't really fit half the group, but the other half it fits really well.
What is the name of the ship that Loki rides into Ragnarok from Hell? The ship made
No
of
idea.
discarded fingernails.
I
Naglfar.
have never heard of that.
Yeah, Naglfar.
Yeah. You could call yourself Naglfar. The Naglfars.
Incredible.
Sounds like the Nigel farts.
It does.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Sounds like farts.
The group names are tough.
Yeah.
They are.
Also, this is probably only going to be like 30 sessions or so. It's going to be shorter than Curse of Strahd, so it is funny that we'll probably have a name for this one, and we didn't for Curse of Strahd.
We could be the Scouts.
The Scalds?
Yeah.
Mm.
I like that.
The Scalds.
It is a composer recites of poems honoring heroes and their deeds.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
There's also the Shieldlings. If you want to keep it Norse.
Hmm. We could be like the Scouts hymn or
The who?
the Scouts hymn
Mm.
or the Scouts song.
A prospective hymn.
Mm.
Aspiring. The Aspirers.
That sounds like some Avengers knockoff.
It does, yeah.
We are the Avengers.
Just the Vengers.
The Avengers.
Choose your own prefix, depending on the situation.
Devengers, Avengers, Revengers, Post-Vengers,
Pre-Vengers.
Pre-Vengers,
Post-Vengers.
I love how like in Critical Role they come up,
Transvengers.
they had like Vox Machina, which was like an out of game reference for their first one, and then the second one is like they just rolled a bunch of nines one session, and they were asked, and they were all like, "What do we call ourselves, guys?" And Caleb's just like, "The Mighty Nine."
Which is no. So the mighty no. But
Yeah.
also,
I mean,
there are
at least
nines
the
everywhere.
the most recent one is actually an in-character thing with the
Yeah,
Bell's Hells.
The Bell's Hells.
Yeah.
What a tribute.
Which is entirely
To an absolute
because
idiot.
Travis was like, Bell's Champions.
Oh, Bertrand Bell's such a good character.
Yeah, such an
It's
idiot.
great. Oh, yeah.
Braggart Soldier is such a classic archetype.
Yeah.
Also, Travis plays old people really well. Like, it's weird, because he's like the opposite of an old person. He's ridiculously fit.
I love
I've not really-
Chetney Pocketby so gosh darn much. He's so funny.
Hello,
I saw one.
Ursus.
Mia, we were thinking of a name, the Scouts song.
The
What
what?
do you think of that?
The
The
Skald
Skald song?
I still cannot hear because the cat is meowing a lot. What the fuck? Eva!
I'll put it in the chat.
Again, sorry.
I also brought Naglfar, which is the Norse ship of fingernails.
But it sounds like fart.
The Skald song. What is a Skald?
It's like
I
bad.
also put forward the idea of having Fenrir be our mascot.
Fenrir is our mascot.
And so we could be like Fenrir's champions or something.
Well, anyway. The time has come.
The unlikely heroes.
Bum, 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 bum.
Have to TPK and not have to worry about it.
Yeah.
I'm calling it Aka and Lucia are going to be flung off the tower and then I get to play my backup.
Maybe. You reach the bottom of the chimney. I believe Han is here. They're muted at the moment, but
Are they here?
they were here earlier. Then they disappeared from the call. They're a very busy person.
I hear them moving. I hear them moving
I'm
around.
here.
Hey, you're here. Okay.
I'm
So you won't miss
just
anyone.
washing my face and stuff because I have to start thinking about getting ready for work
I got you.
in the
I got
next
you.
hour.
Very fair. So with that, you reach the bottom of the chimney up to the next section. You can see that the chimney is at a slight angle.
Chimney.
It is only 5 feet across, but it is at a slight incline, which means it'll be a little easier of a climb than the previous one, which was directly vertical.
Yay. More climbing.
What else would you like to do? You haven't investigated this area at all. There's the corpses of the elders. Lots of things you can do if you want to have a look around first.
Yeah, I think we'll check to see what they had on them before we go.
I think
Yeah,
given
it's all
given
kind
your
of
experiences with heights and your fear of sturges and just the sight of blood, the two of you aren't going to have to make any more horror saves for the rest of the day. I think you guys you've had your fill. You're good. You'll be able to
I
handle
just
it.
want to thematically
Yeah.
help her calm herself a bit before this.
Yeah.
We have each other.
Yeah.
Worst case.
So did you want to do anything to prepare or look
from
around
Olaf.
before the ascent?
Yeah, we'll look around.
Okay. Perception check. If you want to give me a
Oh my.
10. Well, lots of awful, gross, dead things. There's some
I
desiccated
guess I
organs
don't
on
look
the
too
walls.
closely because that's not my kind of deal.
A 16 is a little better. With a 16, Elspeth, you have a look around. The bodies of the old shamans, they don't have much of value on them. They have a number of spellcasting components in little pouches along their belts. What's interesting is their quarterstaffs. They seem to be living colonies of fungus. So you don't know exactly what they do. They were definitely magical when they were swinging them around. You don't know if that's something they cast on them or if it's something the staffs actually did. But the staffs seem to be alive to some extent. Beyond that, there's a number of like macabre trophies on the walls. If you want to look further into any of that, there doesn't seem to be any chests or anything in here. It's just their personage. Which it looks like mostly spellcasting components and their weird quarterstaffs, and then the trophies on the walls. So if you want to investigate further, just let me know what you want to look into, and I'll have you roll for it.
I'm good.
You're good. Okay. So we leave the spongy staffs and the pockets of spellcasting components and the stuff on the walls. Okay. And we're talking about preparatory combat at the moment. Azaka will remind you all that she has no magical abilities herself. But she does have her pair of scimitars.
He also has a bow.
She also has a bow.
I will, if possible, take her a bit to the side.
Mhm.
And just straight up ask her. Considering the situation, I was wondering, this could be dangerous, and your other abilities might help. So just if you want to tell them this could be the last chance you get for some of them.
Yeah. She sighs and she says, however
they're
much
all right.
they judged you for your racial traits, how much more would they judge me for my racial traits? If you'd like to give me a
I don't know.
persuasion check.
I don't think anyone really cared about, like, oh, Lucia's a Drow, cool.
Surprisingly, no. No one gave a fuck. No. It is
She
your
says-
decision. I don't want to push you. I just wanted you to like reconsider,
She
like
nods.
rethink. I think they're good people. They didn't really seem judgmental of me. They were more worried about my age, which I guess makes sense.
Yeah. She nods and she says to you, I think there's something more human about your ancestry. There's a terror people have about my kind. The beastly nature upsets and scares them, and I will use it in an emergency. But I
No
won't
matter
expose
what,
myself
I will-
yet. I trust you, but the rest of them, it's less that I think they would kill me. It's more they would stop trusting me, and it is really nice to be among people that trust me again.
No matter what happens, I will be at your side.
She
No
nods,
matter what, if you have to or not.
and she says,
And if they choose to not trust you or to leave you, you will not be alone.
she nods and says, same here. I never got the appeal of children, but it is weirdly satisfying to look after you. She hits you on the shoulder, a little harder than she means to.
You take 3 bludgeoning damage.
Fall unconscious. Yes,
Randomly to interject without knowing what's going on in the conversation, Olaf will come up behind Lucia is like, it's going to be bright out there, and then he's going to stick the straw hat on her head. You might need this. I was just
How
making sure
late
you
is
had
it?
it.
Actually, how late is it?
It's 1 to 2 p.m. when
yeah.
we first started fighting those people.
You woke
Also,
up
I
around
would have
noon, and it's
disadvantage
been
on
about
top.
an hour climbing, so yeah, you're probably like 1:30ish.
Oh god, I will have disadvantage because sunlight up there. Unless it's super cloudy.
Well, we did roll.
And
it's
just in
colder
case-
and windier than usual, but there's no rain.
So it might be cloudy.
And
maybe
just in
not
case
Sorry.
you guys didn't see me write it down, Levi, Lucia, and Olaf are the recipients of my aid spell.
Ooh,
Very
I'm
good.
Thank you so much, by the way.
Any other preparatory conversations or spells you want to do?
Okay, we need to have a plan of what happens if one of us falls. Because I don't
person
believe.
can help it. That's about it.
I catch you, and then you float down to the ground. But
Yes,
there's
but-
no way for me to let you rejoin the fight.
Right.
Down
And that becomes
and
more
the
direct.
left.
And rope and grappling hooks and things. We could tie everyone to each other, and then if someone does have to cast Featherfall, at least they wouldn't go all the way to the ground. We could get them back with the group.
If we do need to retreat, I will be the one to call that, because if I don't leave, then no one else can.
That is true.
But we're strong enough. We don't need to retreat. I'm not scared of these things.
Some fear might be warranted. More apprehension than fear.
I think the word you're looking for is caution.
Potato.
But I'm cautious.
Words are powerful. Different words have different connotations.
Okay, just because I have a grade 3 reading level doesn't mean Olaf has, okay? It's fine. He's literate. But Olaf will just say, I wish you all the best, and no matter what happens, we'll be up there together.
We will. All I'm
I
saying
will
is
tell
nothing's
you-
managed to kill us yet.
Came damn near close. I might be able to pull off one final acid attack, but after that, I'll be spent. I'll only be able to produce some mild flames for my weapons.
I'm nearly fully charged.
Yeah, I don't think I recover any sorcerer's spell slots, so I'm kind of fucked.
My most powerful magic is spent, but I've still caught a bit of the weaker stuff.
Let's go then.
Good.
Olaf is going to keep a climbing axe on his belt just in case.
All right. That is good to know.
Yeah, I think we're all ready to climb up.
We're all ready to climb.
So do we want to tie to each other and use the pythons and things?
No,
We're climbing
that
on
ends badly
this
that time.
tunnel, right? We're using this tunnel, right?
Yes, there is a slight incline to it. It seems to spiral as it ascends as well. Bit of a corkscrew.
Okay.
So, like, we just want to, like, let everyone do their own thing rather than try and help people out?
It's a good
'Cause,
point.
like, I
Last
have
time-
supplies to make this climb easier for the people that will have a harder time
Yeah.
with it.
Also,
When we tied each other to each other last time, it didn't go well.
Hear me out. One of the two most competent climbers go ahead. One
Okay.
driving in pythons, one making sure they're secured.
I can do that.
Yeah, I think Olaf has an athletics of 4, but I don't know how that fares against the rest of the party.
If I climb up first and secure pythons the whole route, would that, like, give everyone advantage on their climb up?
it definitely would. Why don't you give me an intelligence check? Just straight intelligence, no proficiency. From Levi. It's a great idea, honestly. You'll be able to secure it. Everybody will be able to get there.
I'm not reassured by that whatsoever.
No.
Without even seeing the roll, that
Like,
made me uneasy.
The only reason it didn't help last time is because the python was driven into a soft section of stone. If you're the one doing it and you make sure it's driven into the right spots, it should absolutely work.
Okay. I mean, I'm happy to go first.
Wait, isn't
I
this
have-
entire tower soft stone?
It's mostly limestone. That's the reason it's white. But, you know, Levi's familiar with stonework, so Levi could probably pick out nice, solid spots to anchor it into. Lucia isn't really that familiar with rocks, which is why she was unfortunate with her placement last time.
She did surprisingly well.
She did. So yeah,
Okay.
that's what you gleaned from that intelligence check of 4.
Before we go up there, after failing the walking up checks like 5 times in a row because my athletics sucks, do I get the hug from Masaka, or is she too shy to do?
A hug?
Yeah, because Lucia is like trying to get out from me.
Yeah.
I rolled the check.
She'll look at everybody else, and if anybody is looking, she'll give them a mighty frown, and then she'll begrudgingly give you a big motherly hug.
We can go around the corner, hide from the others.
She says, "I'm not ashamed, just a little embarrassed."
Hope notices and gives a small smile, but, like,
Yeah.
not obvious.
And then she gives you a big, big hug, and you hear that familiar purring sound in her chest. And she
Aw.
pats you on the back of the head. It's a very maternal embrace.
Yeah,
And she says,
it's adorable.
"You're going to be safe. We are not going to fall. We are not going to die."
Yeah. Still got to come up with a name after all, and you got to show me your mask.
She nods, and then she takes a few quick deep breaths, and she says, "We're not going to fall. We're not going to fall." All right. Without further ado, Levi, let's get some skill checks. Peering up And based on how far you've climbed so far, you would guess you've got maybe 80 to 100 feet left to go. So this is going to be 3 skill checks as you go.
Okay.
Each one is going to be an athletics check to try to drive this in securely, and it will make it so that the people behind you don't need to make athletics checks to climb. They'll just be using the rope.
Ooh.
Fantastic.
Okay?
All right.
So let's get the first one.
I'm going to do it. That's nat 20.
Nat 20, yeah.
Did that do me anything?
You secure it extremely well. As good as you could possibly
Amazing.
The wall with your hand.
In fact, at
Once you get the
27,
hammer out, it's just in.
yeah, 30 is like the skill ceiling for most skill checks. So with a 27, this is like almost as good as if a god had driven this python into the wall. Like,
Fantastic.
nothing short of an earthquake by a primordial will move this python. And you continue on your way up. Give me another athletics check.
That is a second nat 20.
Another nat
What the
20.
fuck?
This is
Do I need to do the third one? Like, I'm reading 2
no,
nat
I think
20s
at
in a
this point,
row.
I think at this point it carries forward. You're doing such a good job. Like you're going back to your experience as a young child, running around in your village and doing all the work in the mines down there. You're doing such a good job. You actually don't notice that you've been making noise this whole time. And you hear a guttural sound from up ahead, and you peer up in the last 30 feet or so of this tunnel, and that's when you realize, oh, you've been making hammering sounds the whole way up this shaft, and there's a group of people at the top of this shaft that know you're coming. So unfortunately, even though this is the most secure any line has ever been, you are spotted by a terror folk peering down at you, and you see him take careful aim and hurl a javelin down at you.
You can
So we'll
certainly
do that.
try it.
That is going to be a 16 to hit.
That doesn't hit me.
All right. It plinks on the wall behind you, but you know that they know that you're here. And if
Yeah.
you want to continue forward, you'll have to roll initiative, or you can retreat.
I mean, I'm basically just going to yell down at the group and be like, you better climb quick.
All right.
We got company.
All
And then I'm going to go.
All right. In that case, let's get everybody to roll initiative
Oh, God.
as you try to climb this this pit, and we'll get a marching order. Actually,
I guess we would be at the hole, right?
Terrible.
maybe we don't roll initiative yet. Here, let's think about this for a second, because I don't want to be changing what we're doing.
The
The
thing
rest
is,
of
if we
you-
wanted to do it with initiative, then all of the people at the bottom
Exactly.
would
It-
need
it's gonna be
make,
really
like,
shitty.
all around, you know.
Those of you at the bottom, if you're dashing as you climb, that'll be 60 feet. We know that the shaft is 90 feet long, exactly. So that's going to be 3 rounds to get to, or 3 movements to get to the top.
It's a round and a half.
Yeah, a round and a half. As for Levi, you're 1 movement from the top. You have not secured anchors for the rest of it, but you know what you're doing well enough that you could just do it as an action on your turn if you wanted to. No, initiative makes sense then. It's basically just on your turn. You'll be surrendering your turn to catch up to Levi in the tunnel.
I can get up in 1 turn.
That
Because
sounds
I'm
good
a
to me.
monk.
True, because you have Step of the Wind. Okay. No, this makes sense. So yeah, everybody roll initiative for yourselves. I'm glad I took a second to think through that. And I will roll some initiatives as well for the creatures.
I
you
love
do
the
not see.
idea that like someone like Olaf or like Azaka gives Lucia a boost and they scramble up the tunnel like a cat.
That works? Yeah?
Yeah. I don't know.
I'm happy that I have the highest initiative.
I finally rolled a highish initiative. I've been rolling like I think last session I was sub 10 every single time.
I'll roll another initiative just to put myself on the tracker, but my initiative should be 11.1.
Okay. This is good to know.
Thank God! I didn't know it would be a fucking 2.
Okay. So we have Levi, we have Hope, we have Lucia, we have Elspeth, we have Olaf, and we need to get Azaka. Azaka, there we go. Azaka, initiative. Boom. Descending order. Okay. So actually, as soon as Levi calls down to you, initiative kicks up. So Lucia, you actually have the first move. So we'll treat all of you as being at the base of the hole for the start of this, so you don't need to waste a lot of time getting up there.
The problem is if I try to go up now, then there's going to be a boy in the way.
Yeah, you'll basically just have to make an athletics check to reach the last section to get to the top of the hole.
Levi, though.
Levi's small. You could very easily squeeze past them.
Okay. Oh lord, I would have to use my bonus action and action for movement to get up.
Yep, but you would reach the peak. So you would be eye to eye with the terrafolk that you know is up there.
Yeah, which would mean I would be the prime target for the ones that are out there, and I would die.
Oh god damn it! I closed roll 20.
This is hard. I will not use my bonus action to also dash. I will just use my normal action to dash, so I'm 80 feet up.
Okay. So you'll just reach where...
I will basically
reach where Levi is.
Yeah, I guess a bit of walking on the bottom, and then instead of climbing, she just like dashes on like little ledges inside of that, and she seems very out of breath afterwards.
All right. So you use your
like
action...
normally not doing it.
Yeah. So you use your action and movement. You are now... blocking Levi from any particularly bad attacks. That is your turn. And Lucia, what you can see up at the tippity top of the tunnel, there is a young-looking terrafolk guard at the top. And you see, as you reach the top, he turns away, and there's some shouting in Primordial, which you cannot understand.
Unfortunate.
Elspeth, you are up next, and then Hope will be following you.
Yep. I'm just going to run or climb 60 feet up.
Okay. You are right behind Lucia and Levi. Good.
Yep. I don't have a view on any of them, do I?
Yeah, it's a bit packed. You're looking at Lucia's skinny butt and Levi's incredibly dense build.
Got it. That's
By the way, you admire the Python placement as you go. This is just masterful work.
No, fuck, the crits are working against us.
Double crits. This is the most secure a line has ever been.
You are fascinated. You have to spend an action admiring this glorious...
Sure. You're
Python
mesmerized. Work. It's a hypnotic pattern of Pythons.
It's art. I didn't know this could be art, but this is true art.
All right. Hope, you're up next. You are at the base. Would you like to climb as well? And be right behind your sister.
Yes. He's going to look at Asaka. I believe in you. I think you're pretty cool. And Bardic Inspiration. Right. And then runs up.
So you send a Bardic Inspiration at Asaka. She nods her thanks. And you get right up behind Elspeth. And now that the two of you are up there, there's a big block of Terrafolk stats. Elspeth and Hope, I would like the two of you to make perception checks based on hearing.
Okay, perception.
Because you guys can understand what they're saying. Okay, a 12 and a 4.
I'm distracted.
So all you can make out, Elspeth, is they're saying, bring it, bring it.
Oh, they're going to dump something down in here with us, aren't they?
So we have that turn. We have that
They seem a bit enthusiastic.
Okay, so it is not... The thing is not brought yet. Because that turn has not happened, as we come to Olaf's turn. So Olaf, you and Azaka are still at the base with Fenrir.
Okay, hearing the commotion, is everything okay? Should we still come up?
I think they're going to try pouring something down, or they've got something.
Fuck. I have no idea, actually, if I should go up now, because based on that.
It's up to you. What do you think?
Could I make a reasonable insight? Like, with their level of technology and so on, would it be reasonable for them to do the old cauldron of boiling oil trick?
Intelligence check if you want.
Would that be my action?
Should be. But you know what? I'll let you do it anyway, just because, you know.
Just intelligence and investigate. Sorry, it's just intelligence straight up, yeah?
Just intelligence, yeah.
Just
based on... do you have a history modifier, actually? Because you have seen how they function. If you're proficient in history, you can add that.
No, sadly.
Okay. So with a 13, you haven't seen them build anything, but you have seen them use technology stolen from other people. Like they're using weapons clearly made by somebody. So it's entirely possible if they have something like that.
Fuck it. He's gonna throw the Fenrir into the hole and climb up after.
Okay. So you would come up right behind Hope, then. The two of you would be right there. Okay.
Do I have to make a check? Or is that just...
Nope. Because of the incredible Python setting of...
Marvelous craftsmanship, Levi!
All right.
I feel like that's not important right now, but bears mentioning.
All right. You look up Levi and Elspeth, and you see Levi and Lucia. You see the Terrafolk. He holds his action first, and then the Terrafolk that has the thing that he's bringing gets brought to him. And then he uses his reaction together. You see a large cauldron be brought up to the lip and tipped over the edge. So I'm going to need the first 3 people to make dexterity saving throws as a steaming liquid gets dumped on your heads. It will only hit the first 3 of you. After that, it'll probably not do enough damage to the people behind you. So there's a 5 from Elspeth, a 19 from Lucia, and we're going to need a dex save from Levi. That's a 9 from Levi. Okay. Do you have any rogue shit? Do you have uncanny dodge yet, or are you not high enough level?
No, that's not level 1.
Okay.
It's like level 7 or something.
So this is going to be 3d6 fire damage as boiling water gets dumped on the lot of you. So we're going to do...
Is it save for 0 damage or is it for half damage?
Half damage, because you're still going to get hit by boiling water. R/3d6. Nope, wrong one. /R3d6.
R/3d6.
We're not on Reddit.
There we go.
I mean,
hey, that's actually...
amazing Reddit.
Yeah, that's incredibly low. That's a 3, 2, and a 1.
I still have more than max HP.
Yeah, Levi and Elspeth, you both take 6 fire damage as the boiling water splashes you in the face. Lucia, you manage to miss most of it, and you only take 3 points of fire damage. The boiling water then splashes all around you and doesn't do any damage to the people behind you. You packed enough people in here that you managed to stop the flow. You still got the brunt of it in your faces, though. You hear they yell in Primordial at each other. They say, "It didn't work. They're still coming." And you hear the sounds of preparation up ahead, as it is Azaka's turn. She is going to climb up, and she is currently at the back. She is the caboose of this pile of adventurers. Levi, it is back to your turn. Would you like to, without doing a check, secure the ropes the rest of the way?
So I don't get any benefit from getting 2 nat 20s in a row.
Well,
like
the benefit is you don't have to roll for it this time. Yeah. The benefit is you don't have to roll for it. You still have to use your action, but you'll be able to very quickly pound these into place. Yeah.
So yeah, I'll do that.
All right.
So that's my action.
Like
and
a
then
little John Henry Irons, you pound your way up to the roof of the top, and I'll reveal what you see.
I just want to get out of the way, as if at all possible, for the rest of the group to come.
Sure. I will.
Roll a check anyway.
I will reveal what you see as you reach the tippity top here.
Okay, guys, there's only one. Oh.
All right. So these are the Terrafolk that you see at the tippity top, Levi. You see that there is a... object tokens. There we go. You see that there is the guard-looking Terrafolk that is right at the top. You see he is armed with his claws and bites and stuff like that. He's also got a couple javelins strapped to his back. Beyond him, you see there was a Terrafolk that brought him a cauldron, also armed, as if he is some sort of soldier. The weird thing is, past them both, you see very, very fat-looking Terrafolk. They're a little shorter than the other ones. They're very rotund and voluptuous. They are decked out in a bunch of fancy jewelry, and they are flanking either side of a very old but very ripped-looking Terrafolk with a shining trident sitting on a little bone made of throne, or a throne made of bone, other way around. these concubine terrafolk shriek and point at you as you reach the top of the shaft, and the king, or the cult leader, points his trident at you and shouts something in primordial, which the rest of our Amiras children hear as "Kill them all." So that is what you see at the tippity top.
I will just, I'll make sure that I'm in a space that allows everyone else to get up.
Sure.
In terms of my movement, and then I'll just, growl at them, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Brandish your weapon. The other thing you see, there's the base of the fire is here as well. There's a closed door with what is clearly a fire burning on the other side. A hut at the base of this, the pillar of flame, is this little house structure up here as well. We come now to the last of the terrafolk's turn. There is a bang as the door to the hut opens, and you see 2 more terrafolk within.
But I do want to make something known.
Yes.
If you can knock one of these guys prone, they just fall.
This is true.
Like, you essentially knock them out the sky. So if you have any spells and stuff that do that, do that. Like Tasha said,
You think I take utility spells?
This terrafolk manages to get towards you. He is going to slash you twice with his claws, Levi. That is both going to miss, and then he's going to try to bite you. All misses. So this terrafolk woman comes at you, all teeth and claws, and doesn't manage to hurt you significantly.
I'm sorry, this just reminded me of when 2 middle-aged women just fight in a store, but none of them land any hits.
Yep. Except one of those
Levi's
old women is a non-binary
Is
little fighter.
above gender neutral gnome.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm going to demarcate which one of them have javelins, because I will 100% forget. These ones have
Can you
javelins.
which one bosses?
This one has a trident. This one is the king in the back on his little throne. I'll add a little skull to him to show he's the king. There we go. So the ones without tridents are women. They just have their beaks and claws. The ones with the little wrench, they have spears, and the one with the skull on him is Narak, the cult leader. So yes, the woman terrafolk comes out, does not land any hits on Levi. Lucia, you're up next.
I'm going to climb the last 10 feet.
You do indeed. It is 30 feet to the top.
I was at 80 feet. Because monk.
Yeah, then whatever. Either way, you get to the top. No worries at all.
And then I'm going to have a quick look around to see the guy with the trident who we learned is the leader.
Yep. You see he's a little taller than the other ones. He's got that old man strength. He looks like he's got the body of like a oh shit, what's the name of the guy that played Whiplash? Mickey Rourke. He's got a Mickey Rourke look to him where it's just like you really shouldn't be that ripped at that old, but okay. Actually no, more like modern day Arnold Schwarzenegger. It's like you used to be impressive, but now it's just kind of gross.
Arnold Schwarzenegger's not gross.
Well, he's like 80.
No,
so.
He's the governor of Canada. Not Canada. California.
Yes, the governor of Canada. But yes, you reach the top. You can see him. He's sitting on his throne, seemingly unconcerned at the intruders, just commanding his fellows to kill them.
I'm going to go towards him. Mm-hmm. I can get opportunity attack by this guy, I guess.
I forgot to roll initiative for the flying one. I'm going to do that real quick. He would have just continued flying, so no big change. This is a guard as well. Yes. You would take an opportunity attack from that terrafolk. He will try to hit you with a javelin. It's a crit fail. Miss.
And then against the boss, I look at him. I don't know if this be common. I think they do. I just tell him, I don't want to do this. But you need to go.
He laughs at you, and he slams his trident on the ground, the stone at his feet, and he says, I need to go. You need to go.
Then I'm smacking with my rapier. I'm pretty sure that hits.
Certainly hit it. Yeah.
I will use a key point to flurry of blows.
Okay.
Smack, smack. The first one hits, and on the first one I will use another key point to use my Hands of Harm.
Okay.
So that's another 6 necrotic and 6 bludgeoning.
Goddamn.
Because fuck that guy. We said we were going to kill this guy and
Yeah.
hope that the others are fighting. So I'm not holding back for once.
You unleash a flurry of blows on him, and he is shocked at this fury, and he's knocked off his throne. It shatters under him. You did so much damage. He's then going to rise to his feet, and he looks to his concubines on either side, says something in primordial to them, and he stares you down, and he says, "You little grey one, I will consume your heart and take your strength."
You look a bit less composed. Are you scared of a little child with a frail body?
He grins such as he can, and he says, "I have consumed many children. You would not be the first." He then raises his trident, and Elspeth, you get to go.
Right. So I'm 30 feet away from the top, right?
Sure are.
All right. I will.
Oh, by the way, he looks bloodied now. You took him down to half HP with one attack.
Nice.
It is your turn now, Elspeth.
Yes, I'm
Could've
going
one-shot him
to
if I critted.
activate. There's going to be like a flash of light coming out of the tunnel, and I'm going to activate my Radiant Soul.
Beautiful.
So I will fly up to the top, and I will cast a spell. I will cast a spell above first level, so I can move 10 feet without provoking opportunity attacks.
Okay.
So I'm just going to move over to. I don't think it matters actually. I'll just move here and then a few feet up.
Yep.
And I'm going to point and cast Shatter here.
Okay. So the wall will probably protect the one inside unless it's able to travel through stone.
I believe it does. I will spend
It blocks it, but the wall can get damaged by it.
Okay. That's good to know.
I'll spend a sorcery point to do a Tempest spell. So he needs to make an extra con save to be stunned.
Okay.
I'll be stunned.
Ooh.
So we're going to get 3 con saves, then I'll do one for the wall as well. Is there anything special about inanimate objects for Shatter?
No. It does extra damage to
Disadvantage on the
creatures.
save, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
No, it's for creatures made like that, but I don't think it actually does any extra damage to structures inherently.
2, 3, and then
Damn.
1 for the wall, which will be -1 because the wall doesn't have extra constitution. That is a 10 for the wall.
And then the leader needs to make a con save or be stunned.
Yes. So I'll do the damage first. The wall is going to take full damage. They're only going to take half damage.
Yep.
That's a decent roll.
Yeah, not too bad.
Okay, good. Actually, it's more or less average, right?
It's a bit above average.
It's a bit roll. Yeah, it's 4.5 times 3.
And then the wall is going to take 15. Let me just look up real quick what the hit points of a wall would be, roughly. We are looking at...
I'm going to destroy Firefinger.
We're like rapidly descending it, like going down the stairs as the fucking tower collapses.
Right. I'm going to count
action
this
movie.
as a large object. It is probably resilient since
Like
it is
an
made
Indiana
of stone
Jones scene.
and has been up here for a long time, which means it's going to have an average of 27 hit points with 5d10. So you do not do enough damage to cause it to crack and fall. Or you don't cause enough damage for it to collapse, but you have cracked it pretty badly. And then Narak needs to make another con save or be stunned. That is an 18. He is not stunned, but he is not happy about the situation. And he looks to his
pretty fucked up
concubines.
already.
And Elspeth, now that you're up at the top, you can hear the words he is saying to his concubines. He's saying, "Heal me, heal me."
Oh no.
Hope,
That's
you get
the
a
end of
turn
it.
now. That is you, Riley.
Hope is going to clamber up to the top.
Yep.
And hey, old fat and ugly. Eat this.
All right.
Dissonant whispers.
All right. That's going to be a
Oh
wisdom
my
save.
god! Fuck. That's a lot of damage.
That's only an 11, which means he fails. He takes 11 psychic damage. He's looking real fucked up now. And what is the other parts of Dissonant Whispers, Riley. I don't remember. Hit me up.
He
run
has
away.
to use his reaction immediately to move as far as his speed allows away from me.
All
Oh,
right.
we might be able to kill him if Mia lands.
Yeah,
opportunity.
reaction.
Okay.
Oh, wait, no. Doesn't this not provoke opportunity attacks because
It
it's
does.
forced
This
movement?
one's No, this one specifically does because it's
Okay,
you're
okay.
forcing them
Really
to
works.
use their own
Yep.
movement.
Yeah.
Because they use their reaction to move. It's not they move.
Okay.
That's the difference.
So
Yeah.
he is going to flee your range, Lucia, flying into the air. Would you like to?
Now,
make an
am I going to
opportunity
do a punch together with the Hands of Harm?
Yep.
Or am I going to do the rapier?
Okay, he has 12 hit points left.
Hands of Harm, I think, is the
No, punch plus Hands of Harm can kill him.
Mhm.
So I'm going to unarmed
Go
strike
for it.
him.
That's a miss.
no.
Unfortunately.
We do
Wait,
have the
wait, I
comedy
can
if
make
we
that
want to use
succeed.
that here.
We
I
do
can
have the
make that
comedy, yeah.
succeed.
You want this to succeed. Okay, it succeeds. It's
Comedy.
not a critical, but you do hit.
Yeah.
No! It's
Oh,
fine.
no.
It's not.
Only 9.
Lucia did 30 damage to this guy. I'll spend all my key
He has
my bonus
3 hit
action.
points left.
I could.
Yeah.
I mean, I could bardic inspiration, but it wasn't a magical attack, so it wouldn't have been able to add to the damage. But I could still bardic. I'll leave the bardic inspirations for later. Never mind.
Okay.
I keep forgetting about bardic inspiration. It's very annoying.
It's a key part of your class, so it would be good to...
I know.
Keep
That's
up on
why
that.
it's really annoying.
This guy is getting smashed.
Yes.
But not the way she fucking likes.
I used all of my special things. So I can punch, that's it. That's good enough, right?
All right.
That's good. Yeah. Punching is good.
With that, it is now
Also,
a big
depending
block
on
of
the
Terra folk.
Terra lady's healing radius, he might be out of it.
True.
They can walk, they can fly there.
They could also fly back to him, but still.
Yeah, he
I
is
love
flying
silvery
away
barbs.
in terror. Now, the Terra folk next to you, Lucia, is still going to listen. You've already used your reaction, so she gets to leave your range without provoking opportunity attacks. You see, she flies up, and she's actually going to grab onto the underside of Mr. Narak here. And you see she reaches down with her little 2-finger claw hands, and she pulls out this greasy red slime from a pouch on her belt, and she smears it across his chest. So she is going to use her action to use a healing balm on her love here. So that is 7 points of healing.
I think it's more problematic that the guy's far away now and we cannot get to him.
We are then going to go to Narak's turn. So Narak is going to grunt to his fellow. He says in Primordial, "Took you long enough." Then he is going to turn to the rest of you.
Asshole.
He is going to size up everybody, and he doesn't really like Lucia. So what he's going to do, he is going to brandish his trident, and he is going to try to throw it at you. So that is a 23 to
Certainly
hit.
hit.
Now, the leader variant has a special trait called a Ferocious Surge. Once per day, he can make an attack that is not a critical hit into a critical hit.
Who has the
And-
tragedy?
With his Vicious
And it
Trident,
doesn't work
he
on
will
that,
deal
though.
extra damage as well. Would you like to use the tragedy to prevent Lucia from instantly dying?
Who has the tragedy?
Lucia has the tragedy.
That's
I
why
don't
I'm
have
asking
tragedy.
you.
I don't have it.
Yeah, you do,
Pretty
because you fell off the pipe.
Oh, I'm looking. Yeah, I was looking
Yep.
at the wrong thing in
Yep.
the recap.
It's Lucia. Would you like to use this to avoid this instant death?
I'm looking at the rolls. Oh my lord, it's a D8 that just rolled bad. It's 2d6.
Yeah, it did roll
Oh, is
pretty
the
bad.
vicious damage already the extra damage that would be there?
No, I haven't rolled the 2d6. Oh, no, it is. Yeah, I'm sorry. So it would be 5 doubled, so it would only be 10. That's actually not that bad at all.
I kinda don't like just using that on
Okay.
attacks.
Hold it
Let me
down,
think.
you?
Let me do some math in my head real quick.
Actually, I would
Yes.
just re-roll the damage, wouldn't I?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because otherwise my decision is influenced by the fact that I rolled 2 ones.
So I would just roll the d8 and the 2d6
That would
again.
be 2d8 plus 2.
So do you want to risk it?
It's like 7, 8, 9. It's like 18 damage on average. I'm gonna say I'm not gonna use it because I find it lame.
Okay. This is
Because
acceptable.
That's a cool ability this guy has, and just making it not
It is, yeah.
able to work. would be
Well,
a bit lame.
my reasoning is this: the tragedy and comedy is like your guy's version of legendary resistances. You only get 2 ever, but you know they're going to get more as you fight stronger and stronger creatures.
So I guess you roll 2d8 plus 2
Yep.
plus 2d6.
This has the potential to
It
kill
should be
the,
2d8 actually. I think I fucked that up.
Yeah,
I only
2d8
added me 1d8.
Oh wait, on the base damage?
Yeah, because he's a large creature. Large creatures deal 2 die of damage. I fucked that
Oh,
up when
then
I
I
was
would have
writing it
definitely
down.
used it because then I would
Yeah.
very likely die. 48,
Okay,
no.
so I'm gonna just do for the initial damage again. Another 2. So the base damage is 7, and then we're going to additionally get
2d8. I already said I'm not gonna roll it, so let's go.
9. So that's going to be 7
I
and
am at
9
1
is
HP.
15. So you take 16. 16 damage as this trident is hurled
I'm
out
at
of the
1
air and
HP.
slams into you. This is a nasty piece of equipment. It's a mostly black trident, and it's got a bunch of runes in primordial written all along its length. And so when it cuts through you, it does extra damage, sort of tearing and ripping the flesh as it goes. That is his turn. We
But I'm
follow
still
this up
standing.
with another concubine, who is also going to fly over and slap a healing bomb on him.
You
for
rolled
16.
so bad on all of the damage rolls.
Yes, you're very lucky.
He had 2 1s, 3 2s, and a 4 on 68.
Okay, Olaf,
Oh wait, no.
Yep.
it is your
So
turn
from
now,
my
my friend.
understanding, we can make it to the top, but we won't have any additional movement.
Yeah, basically.
Would that be fine if I... 1 second.
Yeah, there are plenty of places to get to the top. Basically, you can get to the top of the shaft and get 1 space over to clear the way.
I also
won't be an
remembered
I was
that
thinking like this. That's okay.
Yeah, that's okay.
It's a bit more than 1 space, but it's,
no,
it's
that's a bit
shuffling.
far. That's a bit far. It's got to be
This
one of
is
these
scary,
floors.
though.
One of these
That's
adjacent floors.
scary.
Well, that's your choice. I mean, you're the one climbing up the tower. What were
you
gonna
can
say,
wait
Nate?
in the hole and do that next turn.
That's true. What were you going to say?
I can
Nate?
just stick my head out, can't
It might
I?
be important. You can just stay in the hole. It's up to you. I mean, you can only you'll use your movement to get to the top, and I'll let you just as part of your movement hop to the edge of the well here. But you're not going to be able to move further than like 1 square away from the top of the well.
Yeah. So I think what I'm gonna do is just like have Olaf's like torso sticking out of the hole, so we can
Alright.
make a crossbow attack.
Okay. So you peer out like a turret. Who do you want to shoot?
Big man.
All right. He's going to have
Cut.
partial cover, so it's going to be +2 to his AC because you're shooting through a lot of people.
1 second. Could I hold my action?
Okay, you can hold your action. What is the trigger for
Actually,
your held
wait,
action?
1 second. 1 second. Damn it! Fuck, he's much further than 30 feet. I could use Tasha's Caustic Brood to potentially just acid attack most of these people.
Totally could.
Clear shot, but if it doesn't come to the point where you can get a clear shot, you will just shoot with a disadvantage or whatever it is, the partial cover bonus. Basically,
Okay.
does that make sense? Like, you know, the point where like people they wait for a clear shot, but if they can't get one, they
Yeah.
just make the shot anyways.
Okay, so your held action, the trigger is having a clear shot, or I don't know if you can have an or in a trigger. Clear shot.
Yeah, if I miss my attack, I miss my attack.
Okay. Trigger is a clear shot.
Yeah.
Okay. So you are holding Tasha's Caustic Brew. Would you like Fenrir?
Oh
to do
no,
anything?
crossbow attack.
Crossbow attack,
Because
okay.
Tasha's Caustic Brew is 30 foot, because
Okay.
and it would be.
So you're holding
Right,
a crossbow attack. What would Fenrir like to
That-
do?
Fenrir actually has a little bit more movement than me, I believe.
Okay.
And I think would be able to hence make it a little bit further away up the hole.
Okay.
Let me just make sure of that, so I'm not just... Yeah, he has 40 foot of movement.
Oh, okay.
So
yeah,
if-
so he can get to the top and keep moving, like Lucia did.
So if I'm not mistaken, he should be able to get to here.
Roughly, yeah, give or take.
So he's basically going to be there just to impose disadvantage on people.
Mm-hmm.
He will not aggravate these people right now.
That works. Okay, now we come to the next block of Terror Folk.
Spencer,
Yes.
would the Trident on a crit deal 4d6 or 2d6? Because the way it is worded, it sounds like it does 2d6 on a crit, not 2d6 that gets doubled.
I'm going to look that up again. Vicious weapon.
Oh, it's a vicious one? Yeah, the
Yeah,
vicious
so-
ones don't get doubled, I think.
Oh, okay. So you can take off the last 2d8 I did. I'm sorry. I was just re-rolling all the dice, or I was doubling up all the
The
dice.
d6 the 2d6, which would be nice because those the highest
Yeah,
ones.
yeah,
Those
yeah.
would-
So the
I'm gonna
last
check that real
6 is
quick.
taken off. So
I'm gonna check
regain
that.
6 hit points. Sorry about that. That's my fuck up.
And you did like nothing with the
Yeah,
10 damage.
no,
with
that's
crit on this
extremely extremely bad damage rolls on my part. Also, you were right about the tragedy and comedy. It was supposed to be before an attack, before the outcome of an attack roll was made, and I already rolled the damage. So you're 100% correct.
The way vicious weapons are normally dealt is that you don't roll dice for the damage, you just have like a flat bonus, and that's why it wouldn't get doubled. But if you say it is a dice and can get doubled, that
No,
would be-
vicious weapons in 5e are 2d6, isn't it?
No, in 5e,
No, it
it's
is
just
2d6.
7.
Yeah. When you roll a 20 on your attack roll with a magic weapon, your critical hits deal an extra 2d6 damage to the weapons type.
But I'm looking at the D&D Beyond thing, and I'm pretty sure that's the same on the roll.
This
on
is
other
from the
ones.
DMG, unless it changed in one
It
of the
might.
in one
It
of the
might have been a
newer versions.
Ratchet. Yeah, it might have been a Ratchet to clear up this confusion.
Okay.
Vicious Battle Axe, when you roll a 20 with
Yeah.
this magic weapon, the target takes... Yeah, true. Okay, that's weird. Then it's different in the DMG than it is from online sources. I'm confused.
Okay. Well, it might have been changed in one of the expansions, like Xanathar's or Tasha's.
Maybe?
I don't know. What is
Could
what
be.
is the vicious weapon in D&D Beyond say?
Just flat plus 7 damage.
+7? Okay.
Just as if it was a weapon damage bonus and not the roll.
Okay. In that case, what would that
Want
be?
to just do 7 instead of the 2?
Yeah. So you would regain 6 and 2. So you would regain 8 hit points and lose 7.
I would lose 7 instead of the 2, so I take...
Yep.
So I'm at 2 instead of 1.
Okay. That is weird.
That did
I
a
don't
big
know
change.
what that discrepancy is from, but
Oh, it sure is a good thing that I used aid on you.
yeah, we'll go with
yeah, I
the
would do
newer
that.
version of the rules.
I think they realized that having to roll extra and then being unclear if you double it or not sucked. Also, Vicious Weapon, considering their rare items, kind of bad.
Yeah, not great.
They could have made so many more cool things with that. Like, oh, they are bleeding and lose like a d6 every turn or something.
Yeah. Anyway,
The rarity system. Oh, yeah. Sorry, carry on.
yeah, it doesn't make a lot of sense. Regardless, that javelin stuns through you, and then we get the Terrafolk's turns. This Terrafolk guard is going to turn on you, and he's going to stab you twice with its javelin. I don't think either will
Miss.
hit you, Lucia.
Nope.
Nope.
They're kind of
That's
killing
true, Elspeth. This Terrafolk guard is a bit surrounded at the moment. He is going to assess his targets. I think, looking at everybody, he's going to reason that Elspeth is the most dangerous target because you are very clearly magic and you are glowing. So he is going to make his 2 javelin attacks against Elspeth.
Both miss.
Both miss. Oh, he wouldn't have his javelin because he has 3 javelins. Never mind. He still has a javelin. This Terrafolk, she is going to come around the corner. She is going to peer out. She is going to pick up a javelin from beside the fire, and she is going to hurl it at Elspeth as well. Elspeth, she is throwing through people, so you'll have a +2 AC.
All right, I am not 17 then.
So a range attack, a
Check.
19. She still hits you.
Yeah.
You're going to take 13 piercing.
How
as the
about
javelin
no?
slams into you. That's
Silvery
finally
barbs?
a good roll. Jesus.
Silvery barb.
Hey,
Silvery barbs?
how
does
about
that
no?
work again?
Silvery barbs.
That's disadvantage on this attack, and then you give advantage to someone else?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So I will roll that attack again. No, miss.
Oh, thank
That's
God.
gonna miss.
Who would you like to give advantage to?
Zaka.
All right.
I can't see a Zaka. Where is this?
Oh,
Wait,
she's in the tunnel behind you.
she
You can
hasn't
see her.
gotten her turn yet.
No, she's last in the initiative.
Yeah,
slot.
no, she can have it. I want to help my girl.
Okay. So what does that look like?
I wanna help my new friend.
You're bending the threads of fate here. You see this happening, and you say no, and then you sort of bring it to somebody else. What does that look like when Hope does it as a Lord Bard?
He has his book and his quill, and he kind of sees what is about to happen, and instead he draws the bolt missing.
Okay.
He kind of sketches it out really quickly.
Yeah.
And kind of flicks his pen up into the air. And it misses, obviously.
Yep. It slams into the ground at your feet, Elspeth.
And then a little mote of magic kind of flies down and sinks into Azaka's chest.
Yeah. Her eyes glow with the potential, as it is now her turn. So she is going to race the rest of the way up to the top of the tunnel. She only has 30 feet of movement. So she is going to arrive. There is no space for her at the tippity top where she can hit anybody. So she is going to squeeze past you, Olaf, and then she will take her longbow and she will take aim and fire a shot, 2 shots at Narak.
She has the advantage from Silvery Barbs, and also she has Bardic Inspiration.
Yep, advantage on the first one, and that's a D8 for Bardic, right?
Yeah.
D6 at this point.
No, D6.
D6. Okay, so longbow with advantage. Okay, she's not going to use the Bardic yet, because that's 3 piercing. That is, I am rolling so poorly on damage. And then she's going to draw back another.
The Bardic is adding to the to hit.
Oh, to the. Yeah, she's not using it yet because she rolled a 20, so she will definitely hit him still.
Yeah.
She's then going to draw back another arrow and loose. That is a 9. She reasons she will keep the Bardic Inspiration for now. Because she does not reason that she'll be able to hit him with that d6, even if she rolls max. So she remains inspired.
All right.
Where is the inspiration? What should we use? We'll use a trophy. Finally, it is a Terrafolk's turn. This woman is going to try to hit you again, Levi. 2 claws and a bite. Nope, just 1 bite. 22 hits you, right, Levi?
Levi's muted.
Yes.
I will make Fenrir impose disadvantage on that.
Okay, so I'll roll it again. Does a 14 hit
That
your
does
AC?
not hit.
God damn it, you guys. No damage whatsoever.
There's a reason I have a rest plate.
Yep. All right, Levi, you're up next. This
Amazing.
breeder is slashing at you as best she can. She can't find any purchase.
Okay, so we've got the 4 of these guys here on the battlefield. Which one of them is like the big bad?
Narak has a skull on him. He's out here flying in the air. He was startled by... Yeah, he was scared away by some magic cast by
He's all
Hope.
the way over there.
Yeah, there is also a guard.
I remember hearing about that. I just couldn't see them. They were hidden behind the turn order.
No, I got you.
All right, well, I'll just attack the guy that's right in front of me, the one that is next to Olaf there.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. He is a guard. He has some javelins on him, so you can absolutely throw your attacks against him.
Okay.
If someone wants to pick up the trident and launch it at the guy,
might not
that
hit.
would be really funny.
Does a 14 hit?
14 sadly is not enough to hit. These things have some pretty
Didn't think
dense,
so.
leathery skin. They naturally have the equivalent of bark skin.
Wait, 1 second. The trident got thrown down?
Yeah, he threw it at
Is this guy
Lucia.
stupid?
It got
Put it in your bag of holding
through
really
my
quick.
Flesh.
Just eat it up like it just... No. Mine.
In theory, he would have had disadvantage unless his attack roll is different from the normal.
Do you have any bonus actions you would like to take, Levi? Or is it just your attack?
I think I'm just At the moment, I'm just gonna do the one attack.
Okay. So you remain standing there as a bulwark against further incursion. With that, finally, the guard out here gets to go. How far is he from Lucia?
35.
That's within his movement?
Yes, 50, I think.
Which means he gets to use an ability I haven't got to use with these guys yet.
Oh, no.
Terror
Not
dive.
the die.
30 feet straight towards the target and hits the target with a melee weapon attack. The target is frightened until the end of its next turn. So he comes at you with his javelin.
dive.
If he hits you, you will have to... He hits you?
Considering my HP, I'm actually going to use the tragedy before he does the thing.
So he misses, which means he does not terrify you. But he is going to turn around with his javelin once more and try to attack you one more time. I don't think a 12 hits you.
Nope.
Okay, that is acceptable. We now move back to the top. Lucia, you are very badly hurt. What would you like to do? There is a trident stuck in you at the moment.
So, I spent like a minute checking Trident and trying to remember throne rolls to see if I can use dexterity for it, but no, because it doesn't have
It is
the
a
trait for it.
versatile weapon, so you should... No, versatile just means...
No, versatile means you can use it two-handed.
Yeah. That is a great question. I think
No,
a trident
I
would count
would
as
have
a
to use
spear.
strength, and I would use my strength modifier for it, and I'm not proficient with it, so I would have a plus something.
Your trident is a simple weapon, right? So you should be proficient in it.
Trident is a martial weapon.
Never mind.
Tridents are basically spears, but worse because they're martial and not simple.
Okay. Well, there you go.
They're actually really good if you want like a thrown melee build combo thing. But yeah, if I was gonna... it is just too pleasing to not do that. I will have to do that.
Okay.
The game says I have a +2. I don't know.
Heal yourself.
The range is 20 to 60, so he is comfortably within the range to throw. It is
At
D8.
Disadvantage.
What's that?
I would have disadvantage.
No, it's disadvantage if you're past 60, right? Unless I'm...
No. The first one is normal attack, and the second one is the maximum range. And you have disadvantage on the second one.
I'm dumb. Yes, you're right.
And I think it has a D8 on thrown
ADHD
instead of a D6.
DM. Yes.
But it's just too good to not do it.
Well, it would be a D6 because you're basically one-handing it when you throw it.
I don't remember how it was. I think it was a D8 on... It doesn't matter. It's not going to kill him.
Okay.
But it's too good to not do it.
Either way, you
discuss-
hurl back. You are not proficient, but you can absolutely make the attack.
So I will pull it out of my sight.
Mhm.
And somehow not instantly bleed to death.
Yep.
And then, with disadvantage, because I'm too far away, I will fling it back at him.
If you get 2 crits...
That would be funny, but it's not going to happen. Ooh, 15 though?
Sadly, his AC is 16, and you... Yeah. So you don't quite hit him. I will give him a reaction to catch it.
God damn it.
So he will try to use his reaction. I would say that's reasonable with an 18. He catches the trident out of the air, and he says back to you in common, he says, "Cha-cha-cha, little one. You can't kill me that easily."
I'm giving you another try. The first one was pathetic.
He seems offended by that.
Mia, don't you have deflect missiles? You should, yeah. It's 3rd level monk.
Well,
I know how to play my class, okay.
Sorry, doing exactly what the monk thing is kind of reminded me that...
Yeah, I could have taken at least 4 less if I remembered that, and it would have been really cool, because he rolled so bad that I could have called it.
Well, his turn is coming up, and you'll never guess what he's going to do if he survives, because it is Elspeth's turn next. What would you like to do?
First of all, I'm going to use my second action to do an unarmed strike against this guy in front of me.
That works.
It doesn't have disadvantage, but I'm sick bludgeoning.
Yeah, you smack him in the face, it hurts.
I'm guessing she's doing like the super long wind up to throw because she doesn't really have much strength.
Yep.
Somehow almost manages to hit the guy,
Almost.
and then with like the momentum, she just swings around and kicks the guy in the face.
His AC is 16, but because you're throwing through 2 people to get to him, he had a +2 AC. So you were off by a little bit. Either way.
I had a 15. It would have missed anyway.
It is your turn now, Elspeth. You are flying, you're glowing, you're on fire, metaphorically.
I'm going to use a sorcery point. I'm going to use a level 1 spell slot, but it's 2 sorcery points.
Okay.
With my bonus action. And then, before casting a first level, I don't know if I can do this and then move or not, actually. But where is it? You can use bonus action immediately before or after you cast a spell. What do you think this means? I can move 10 feet, then move and cast a spell? Or I have to just immediately cast a spell, no movement in between?
Before or
I mean,
after?
it takes your bonus action.
Yeah, so I think this is part of casting the spell. So you have to cast the spell, but you can either cast the spell before or after you make the movement.
Alright, that takes my bonus action, actually.
Yeah.
But normally it would.
I won't do the sorcery points then. I'll just leave those as they are. And yeah, I will. Yeah, I'll move over to. Fuck, I think I'm taking opportunity attacks either way.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus, that's
You know what, then?
Oh, jeez. You would have done no damage.
Fuck.
You can just risk it. What's the worst that'll happen?
I'm gonna risk it.
Okay.
Level 1 spell slot into sorcery points. Then I'll use one of those sorcery points to do a.
The worst happened.
Oh, the worst happened.
18.
Oh, I'm not moving.
Oh, never mind then. Forget that. I wasted a crit. I thought you were moving. I'm sorry.
So no, I'm going to cast Shatter. So I don't need to move.
Okay, perfect. Are you going to
Shatter
hit the
right
king
in
and his
the middle of
concubines?
these guys.
Good idea.
And the one sorcery point is a Tempest spell to try and stun him.
Okay, good idea. Okay, so concubine, then king. So the king fails. His the other two succeed, I believe. Your save DC is 13.
13. Yeah, they succeed.
So they take half damage. So that's going to be 8 each. Minus 8.
Is he dead, or is he like barely
Minus
alive?
8. I will tell you in a second. He is going to take the full 17, which is enough to knock him out.
Nice. Let's go.
So you watch. Actually, I should ask you, Elspeth, how would you like to do this?
I'm gonna look. I'm gonna look to his trident. I can see that he's holding it in his hands.
Yes.
It's made of metal, right?
It is.
Right.
Yeah,
I'm gonna use it as
black.
sort of a lightning rod. And I'm going to send a streak of lightning arcing around us and then just being attracted to that lightning rod. Ooh. And as it hits it, it vibrates, and that causes the shockwave to blast out and hit all of his concubines. One of his concubines is also going to take 3 radiant damage. I don't think it matters which one.
North or south?
North.
Okay. With that, the trident rings with the sound of thunder and lightning as it explodes in his hand. You see he begins tumbling and falling out of the air. The 2 concubines shriek in terror. The vicious trident is falling with him. The rest of you watch, and regardless of whether you can see it or not, we see this awful tyrant tumble and fall, lands flat on his face, splatting into the ground, and then the vicious trident just twirls poetically through the air and lands directly in the middle of his back.
Nice.
Like he's a skewered fish. Now, Elspeth,
rotisserie chicken.
Is there anything else you want to do on your turn? There's just stunned silence from the terror folk around you.
I don't have any actions or anything left, so I can't do any persuasion checks. So I'll just say,
okay.
Do not say we're not merciful. This is your one chance. to not follow your leader.
Okay. This is in Orin, I'm assuming?
In Oren, yeah.
Okay. You know who is up next and who is a really good talker? Is Riley.
Yeah.
What's
Take
his
it
hope
away,
do?
Hope.
Who's up next and is a good talker? Hope. Riley. And,
Riley does his best. Hope not. Hope,
is true.
Wonderful.
I
Never say anything else.
No.
Can
Riley's
can I roll first and then use that to try to influence?
I will allow that.
What I
Is
actually
this
say?
going to be a persuasion? A group persuasion?
Yes.
Is there
I'm
any
gonna try to-
magic you want to bolster it with? Is there anything you have that can help?
I can do thaumaturgy to make my eyes glow.
Okay. That can also increase the volume of your voice, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you
And
wanna
you're
do
speaking in their
intimidation?
native tongue. So if
I'm better at persuasion.
Okay. So I'll give you advantage, both because of the thaumaturgy boosting your voice, and also because Elspeth Elspeth and Lucia murdered the fuck out of their leader. Took him from 60 hit points in 2 rounds.
Damn. We are
All
fucking
right.
awesome.
So go for it.
Let's see how I do. That is a dirty 20.
That is a dirty 20. Yeah. Tell me how you
so-
persuade these people to stand down.
Hope will look at them and use thaumaturgy to make his voice louder and say, "You've seen how easily we've dispatched of your leader. We can do the same for you, or, as my lovely radiant sister has suggested, you could go on your way and leave this place."
Okay. You see the concubines are weeping unconsolably, but the guards are looking at you with terror, and you see they immediately use their reactions to drop their spears. The women in the hut back away. I'm assuming Fenrir isn't going to attack them. I would hope.
No. He's primarily been in defensive mode, not offensive.
They back away. Is anybody going to take any other aggressive actions, or do we want to drop out of initiative now to finish this off?
Yeah. I don't
Okay.
think anyone's making an attack action.
That was pretty epic, though.
Yeah, it was pretty epic.
I gotta
No.
say.
Yeah, you got the
That was
guards
a
to drop their
fast fight.
spears.
Holy shit.
We're out of initiative. The concubines aren't going to stick around. They are going to immediately flee. You see, they were decked out in very fancy jewelry. Unless anybody wants to stop them, they're getting the fuck out of here.
Can we tell if they have Azaka's golden mask on them?
not a
Not
golden
not
mask,
at
it's a
a
golden
distance, no.
Levi asks, "Are we good letting them flee? Because I can draw a hand axe."
One more thing. We're looking for a mask.
You see the guards say, the guard right in front of you, Hope, says, our Narak had many things. He has a hoard in the nursery. I don't remember a mask.
A nursery?
There's gonna be babies in there, I bet.
He nods.
Oh, God.
He says, I don't think they had the mask.
Understood.
Will you let Kamchatka and Minenia go?
Are those the concubines? Can
nods.
we infer that?
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
referring to
I can't understand this conversation. I'm asking as a player.
He's asking Hope, will
We're-
you let them go?
Um,
They were his favorite.
we have promised not to attack you if you do not attack us, and if you leave this tower and never return.
You see, they give each other upsetty spaghetti looks. They're not happy with this, but they are unarmed and they are listening to you currently.
Hope kind of gestures in the direction of the little shack
Yep.
building, whatever it is. You have nursery in there. Go, take your children, get out of here, but leave the treasure hoard.
Yeah, you see they look at each other and they look back at you, and they say,
Are we comfy? Are we comfy letting them take the kids to, like, start a new thing of this? Or do you want to, like, I don't know, maybe find some less aggressive parents?
Yeah, but the thing is, that means we'd have to transport them in the jungle.
Hope is not okay with that idea. Feels a little colonial.
I suppose that's true.
Olaf is gonna step up and just say, do you mind translating for me?
Yes, I'll do it. I'll translate for you. I always forget my accent.
And at first I couldn't really distinguish you, but I'm seeing the finer traits. If I ever see any of you or hear of any of you doing stuff like you've been doing with Firefinger ever again, we will hunt you down. You understand?
You see, he looks between the two of you. Give me an intimidation check, Olaf.
Sure.
I believe in you, Olaf.
I have a +1. I got a 10.
Can we give Olaf advantage by, like, I don't know, brandishing weapons or that sort of thing?
And also, we killed their king.
That's true. I would usually say yes, but you are translating this through Hope, who I love Hope a lot. He's not a very threatening individual.
He does have a +5 intimidation.
Okay. So you can roll again with actually, why don't we have you roll
do the roll?
Yeah. So Hope,
Have me
you
roll
give me
the
an intimidation check
intimidation?
as well to back up Olaf.
It's only
It
a
was
9.
not meant to be. So
Damn.
with the 10,
You've
they
been
look like
persuaded,
they've
but not
heard and
intimidated.
understood what you said. How much they're going to abide by it, impossible to say. But they definitely heard and understood the threat. And at the moment,
It
they're
wasn't
making
a
no
threat, it was a
aggressive action.
promise. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, as in, if we ever hear, like, in-game, in character, that these people are up to shit again, we will drop everything we're doing and go find them.
For sure. What they are going to say to you...
I'm down for that.
They're going to say,
Yeah.
could we at least take our spears?
No.
There's
No.
deadly things in the jungle.
You have claws.
You can fly.
Fight like, act like animals, fight like animals?
He seems
is that
offended
valid?
by this, but he will tolerate the treatment.
Take your babies and get out of here.
This feels a little Germany post World War I. Just saying.
Oh yeah, no, this sucks.
But
these
speaking
people
from the
were
perspective of
murdering a
them
lot of
dropping people on rocks like a bird drops a tortoise on rocks.
They also
to
have
crack
very
open
sharp
its
talons
shell.
and very strong beaks, so like...
Yeah, no, you'll
This
be
is just
fine
taking away
with
some
this.
range
This is
weaponry. Yeah,
We'll be
they
fine.
Now take
They will,
take your children and leave.
They will nod along with you. You see, they retrieve. In total, there are 4 children. The 2 of them are very, very young babies. The other 2 are fairly young non-combatants. They look like they can fly, but the babies absolutely can't. So together, the 5 survivors and their 4 children, they leave, unless anybody else wants to interact with them anymore.
I take out my real gun. No.
You shoot the baby.
No,
Just to
Oh
prove a
God.
point.
that would be fucking grim.
A nice post-birth abortion.
This gun has 2 bullets in it. Let's see who is the lucky one.
No.
I'm gonna look
We don't
at the
attack
treasure
children
hoard.
in this game because it is on our lines and veils. So
Yeah.
you let them go unless you want to do any more interacting with them. They head off into the jungle to start a new life. Hopefully, they take your lesson to heart about not attacking humanoids anymore. But only
Yeah.
time will tell if
will
they
not do it
leave
for
those
some
values
time and
behind.
Olaf will give a hand to Azaka to get them off that ledge.
Okay. Yep.
Lucia's gonna collapse on like one leg, spew some blood, because I feel like there's a hole in her side where the spear literally
Yeah.
went through her.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm
Let
gonna
me
start
see.
looking for that that mask.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look at the treasure hoard.
So Hope, you can have a look around. There is a mighty big chest in the corner in here.
All right, I'm going to I'm gonna do a preliminary check just to make sure there's no traps or something.
Investigation.
As you're doing this, Elspeth is stood like right next to you and is like, God, it's like, this is where Mum got all the money for the tavern. Chests, like classic.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
This is the beginning of whatever venture we decide to get into after we retire from the adventuring life.
I
think I want to be a pirate.
A pirate. I could start a college of my own if I get rich enough.
Yeah. With this conversation, Hope, you gave it a preliminary check. You're high on life. As far as you can tell, no traps.
All right, I open.
Yeah, make me a Constitution saving throw.
Yep.
You die.
It's mummy rot poison.
Actually, Elspeth, you said you were right next to him too, so you also make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, shit.
Okay, 14. The DC for this is 12, so you're probably going to be fine. Hope, not so much. There is a number of puffball spores that were placed just on the inside of the lid. As you open the chest without, taking your time to open it slowly, they explode in your faces, and you're going to take 2d6 poison damage. Elspeth, you'll take half.
Right.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
man,
that's
what's a good,
9 poison
Norse
on Hope
swear?
and 4 poison on Elspeth.
Got it.
Ah, Loki's ass.
Merlin's beard. No, that's
Merlin's
wrong.
beard.
Shit knuckles. Elminster's goatee.
Yeah,
Marika's tit.
Marika's tits.
Oh no, that's
Isn't that
Loki's
an
ass.
Elden Ring
Elden
thing?
Ring, yeah.
It is Elden Ring. It's the blackguard.
Okay. So you take the blast of poison in the face. Once you clear the air in front of you, you're able to peer in. You see the chest has just shit piles of coins. It'll take you some time to count all of them. Given that you're relatively unattacked up here, I'll just give it to you straight. Copy, paste.
Give it to me
So
straight.
here's the list of
Straight down.
things. Oh, I'm sorry. I'll give it to you gay. I don't want to offend my extremely queer players here.
No,
That's
I've come up with a thought about that. I have to be straight, like posture-wise and stuff, because I need the energy of not being straight to be gay towards my wife.
there you go.
Yeah.
So
It's that
that's
simple.
2,000 copper pieces, 730 silver pieces, 4 gemstones, which easily appraise about 50 each, depending on who you sell it to. There's a spell scroll of commune with nature. There's also a cloth-wrapped wooden mask at the very bottom with a stylized haggard's face. You can pass it over to Azaka if you wish, or you can try to hide it.
I'm gonna give it to her.
Okay. So you emerge. The rest of you see that Hope has just this green sort of speckles all over his face.
He does not acknowledge it.
Yeah. How do you approach her? How do you approach Azaka? She is currently kneeling next to Lucia, making sure that Lucia is okay.
He'll kneel next to her and be like, "This is a beautiful mask," and hand it to her.
Yeah. She looks up at you and gasps, and you see as she peers into this mask, I will reveal it to you now. This is, you can ignore the description of the spell here, because this isn't, I'm going to be resurrecting the AD&D version of this item. The version in the book is dumb. It just lets you cast Animal Friendship once a day.
Yeah, it's really fucking
That's
bad.
stupid. Instead, it's going to give her access to a couple of cleric spells, which she can use with charges throughout the day. I haven't
That's what
written
you
that
meant.
yet. But basically, this in old D&D, and she would tell you. She says, "My mothers and foremothers crafted these masks as part of their ritual to ascend in the priesthood to Eshue, to animism. It would give us access to healing magics and other restorative properties that are long, long gone from the world. She clutches the mask close to her chest. She says, thank you. Thank you, all of you, so much. And there's tears in her eyes as she looks at a lot of you, and she says, I will travel with you to the ends of this island and back. You have done me such a favor. And she slowly raises the mask to her face and puts it in place, ties it up in the back, and she says, the animus of
You look
Eshelay
badass.
still walk these jungles, and they will again. And Hope says, this is
We're
really
happy to
badass.
have you.
She nods. You can't see her face behind the mask anymore, but she nods. And she says,
Yeah.
I am proud to fight along such noble and powerful warriors, and I'm glad to see that your moral heart isn't forgotten. And she gives Lucia a ruffle of the hair.
Mm. Asaka has a cleric now. Woo.
Too much in the raw damage output, but what I'm here for is to help my friends.
She laughs and she says, I think that's the key of this sort of thing. When you're hunting alone, all you really need is strength of arm, cleverness of tactics. But the five of you, there's something else. You cover each other's back. You've got each other's backs. You cover each other's weaknesses. You help each other's strengths. Each of you fills a role. It makes you stronger together. It is good to hunt in a pack again.
We should probably get what's his name?
He said he was
Nephir.
waiting at the
Okay.
bottom, right?
Yeah.
Can we see him walking around the app?
Well, it's not been an hour yet. So yeah, you can
No.
absolutely go down and retrieve him if you would like.
Elspeth doesn't want to just go down.
Okay, that's fair. You can call him
She wants-
up, and then you can watch this
Yeah.
very injured Aarakocra climb up to the summit.
Olaf will pull the rope along to help him
There you
get
go.
up.
There you go. Either way, you get Nephir up to the summit, and he looks around and he says, "Excellent, excellent work. I am very grateful to see these monsters gone from these lands. They've been terrorizing humanoids for God knows how long. So much death and destruction." He smiles at Azaka and he says, "I see you have retrieved your mask. I hope you do not repeat the sins of your mothers before you." You don't see any expression on her face because her mask is just a blank tiger's face. But she regards him silently for a few moments before walking away without saying a word. And he rolls his shoulders a bit and he says, "So, did you kill them all? Did they fly away?" Did
We scared them off.
Good.
We
good.
killed the leader. We let the others go.
That is
And
remarkably noble.
Surprisingly well.
Turned out they were willing to listen. Once given a sufficient show of force.
He shuts his beak pointedly. He clearly has thoughts to say on the matter, but he isn't going to say them out loud unless prompted.
If we hear that they're terrorizing people again, we'll come back.
He nods and he says, "So will we."
Hope not.
Right.
Most
Why
of them
don't
are gone.
you-
The leader is gone. And they know that they're not as untouchable as they were before, so at least for some time they should be fine.
It is a good thing you have done here. Well, I'm tired. And we are
And there's a shack over there.
probably safe up here. I can't imagine anything else coming towards us. Would you be all right with me spending the night with you before
I
we head
would.
back?
I think it's a bit early for sleeping at the moment.
We could
We've
get
only been
some
up a couple
travel done.
hours. Yeah, we need to continue traveling.
He nods, and then he says, "Well, I need to recover a bit. But here, do you have a map?"
Yes, unfurls the map.
We will transition now to the player's map of Chult.
Oh,
Yay!
So this will slowly load for everybody.
It looks really satisfying when it loads.
It is. It's really nice.
It went really fast for me this
it's
time.
pretty great. Also, wait, we're looking for Kir Sabal. It's already on the map.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why it is. It is said that it's hidden.
Yeah, it's supposed to be secret. I guess it was revealed already. So he
No,
will...
it is by standard in this module revealed.
That's weird.
Which makes no sense.
Yeah, it shouldn't be.
I think it is known that it's somewhere in the area, but it's not revealed.
It's about half as far away as Orlunga.
Yeah. Oh, I deleted the wrong thing.
I think Five Finger also reveals like areas around us.
Yes, because you would be able to see, wouldn't you? That is an excellent point.
We get more stuff.
We're at the Breath of the Wild Tower.
You are.
Yay!
Why are there 2 Kirsa balls? Anyway.
The Breath of the Wild Tower.
One is
is
on the map, and one is the location. That is a marker on top. It's pretty stupid.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's weird. Okay.
And if you ever very slightly move anything, everything's fine. Happened to me. It was fun. Control Z.
Yep.
Works in Roll20.
Okay, I'm going. Oh, fuck.
That.
enjoy the very slow deleting of tokens here. Oh, fuck. Wait, let's just go.
Oh no.
Just go like this real quick.
Lucia looks like she's about to follow from Blood Loss,
Like
but
here.
doesn't seem too different from how she normally is.
I would offer to cauterize the wound, but I feel like that's a bit far.
Oh no, I'm fine.
Does anybody have healing magic?
I already used all mine.
Okay.
I've expended myself.
Saga has some now.
She does? I was basically going to give her the equivalent of... I was thinking a priest stat block. Let me just double check.
It's like level 2 or level 3 cleric.
Yeah. No, I don't want to give her 3rd level spells. I'll have to figure that out. But she definitely has Cure Wounds, so she can cast Cure Wounds on you if you'd like.
I'm going to tell her that you look really good with the mask. I think it suits you quite well.
She says, "Thank you." And she
And
says,
I'm gonna
I said,
maybe a little later I'll tell you what Nephir meant about my mothers. There's things about my people that I haven't shared.
If you're comfortable with it, I would like to hear more about your people.
She nods and she says, "You are my friends. I'm willing to share everything with you in time."
I mean,
yeah.
It's your
All
people
right.
that did awful things. It's my people that did awful things in the past as well. I mean, nowadays as well.
She nods.
But we are not defined by our ancestry and what they do. We are defined by our own actions. So
She nods and she says, "Evil. I don't think evil is inherited. We learn about evil, and we can repeat it if we want to. But it's not genetic." She gives you a big hug. She says, "We are not our ancestors."
yeah, you recuperate the hug.
I think that's a good spot to end it. So that'll be the end of our narrative for today. More information about the map. A significant portion of the map is now visible to you. You are here at Firefinger. This actually should be the GM layer, because you're not supposed to know which parts of the jungle are deadliest. Nephir would tell you that Kir Sabal is on a cliff over to the east of the area that you're currently in the southeast.
More climbing.
Kir Sabal...
what's the,
Yes.
the, there's color outlines in, like, yellow and orange.
Yes.
That's bandit zones.
Yeah. So...
Pardon?
The jungle is full of undead, and the undead
so that's
congregate
undead.
along certain lines. Nobody is quite sure why, but there are hordes of undead that follow set patterns, so they're relatively predictable which parts of the jungle are full of the undead. The areas
That's the
outlined in
yellow.
yellow just have your standard
Okay.
run-of-the-mill undead. You'll have your zombies and maybe some ghouls if you're unlucky. The areas outlined in orange, such as this one over here, those are places where there are much stronger undead. And every once in a while they'll come into the city. These are stuff like ghasts or certain undead with magical abilities gifted to them, such as the wizard ghoul that you fought the other day.
Should we be able to see this note right here that says Mesro?
Those are the ruins of Mesro. That's where the city used to be.
Oh, okay.
It is not there anymore.
So we think that the source is coming from where it is now, not where it used to be.
Yes. The ruins of Mesro are there.
Fascinating.
Any other questions?
Can we see the ocean from here?
You can. It is just a shining sea of golden or silver blue that sort of surrounds the eastern half of your vision. To the west is that just endless forest.
Yeah.
I love the idea that we see like a ship in the distance, like, oh, that's cool, and then it just gets sunken underneath by a kraken.
Yeah, I think Hope is not afraid of heights, and so he's just standing like right at the edge, kind of leaning back a little, just staring out at the horizon like, oh man, what a view.
So we have a beautiful day. And we'll pick up there next time. It's around 2 p.m.
Yeah.
You guys have halfway through your day. Thank you so very much for playing. Thank you for being game with things. Thank you for struggling through my homebrew rules that I make up and then forget and then make up again and then forget again. And also my inability to read. I'm a smart person who has an English degree, so proved very
Yay.
The question of the questions.
Yeah.
How much XP do we get for?
That is, thank you for reminding me. That is going to be 466 altogether.
For everyone? Ooh.
For everyone.
Each.
466 each. If that is enough to level you up, you will level up at your next rest. If it is not enough to level up at your next rest, there's still time to get experience points before you spend
Oh my goodness, I'm 13 short.
13 short.
How much is that story?
Oh, 466. 466 XP.
I
and you don't level up until you
split
complete a
up.
long rest. So
Are we
don't
gonna
level up
split
yet.
up the loot that we got? Or are we gonna just put it in the party bank?
You can also spend the time to have a
Does
look
that include
at the lantern.
the methods as well, by the way?
Yes, that's both
Okay.
encounters.
Okay.
The methods are a quarter, and the even with the extra spell casting, the elder Terrafolk were still only CR1. So not a very high CR individually. It was more the crowd of them that was the problem.
So
you also get an Everbright lantern, which is the lantern that you looted from the corpse below. I'm going to say you spend enough time with it at this point, you figure out what it is.
if I remembered that I have Reflect Missile, he would have done 0 damage with a crit.
True, and
Which would have been really funny.
nobody would have taken damage, which would have been very funny.
You'll never forget from now on.
Okay.
Yes. Exactly.
Last thing we need to do before
will
we
never
go.
be relevant anymore.
We need a comedy and we need a tragedy. Who had the funniest moment of this session? Who had the saddest moment of this session?
I think the saddest moment was the double net 20 on the Pythons, just to then realize, oh shit,
That's true.
there's people that picking
I'm
us.
being loud.
Yeah,
It was also really funny, though.
That was also very funny. I would say Levi also got a pretty good sad moment in when Nephir was talking about the abuse of empires, and they were just like, I know, I know.
The Nazis comment.
Yeah.
I'm good with either. I'm trying to think of any other moments. It was definitely a little bit like, I feel like it's almost a comedy moment to have 2 nat 20s.
That is
to
true.
Just
Then have
be
them be
faced with
useless.
bad guys.
That is pretty funny.
It's a good dark comedy moment.
Maybe the tragedy would be Olaf. I don't think we can give it to Olaf, but Olaf holding his crossbow bolt and then not doing anything in that combat.
I was just saying they're looking pretty. I just wanted everyone else to get their shots in.
Yeah, we can give it to Olaf.
Okay. I think Olaf got one this session, so I don't think we can give it to Olaf again.
Yeah, he got one last time.
I had Tommy last time, yeah.
Hope got the victory speech, and Elspeth got the killing blow.
Me and Ellie.
So I think maybe the tragedy should go to Levi, and then one of you should have the comedy. because
Alright.
comedy in like the literary sense, where it's a victory, as opposed to like actually being
Yeah.
funny. So what do you think?
I
would give
had
it
it
to-
2 sessions ago, so I think it's better to go to you because you haven't had it for longer.
Okay, so Ellie and Levi.
All right. Yep, sounds
Yeah.
good.
All right, I will add that to our session here real quick.
Back to the jungle.
Session 9 for next time. That's
I'm excited.
Elspeth has comedy, and Levi has tragedy.
The road to Kirsabal.
So is that where we're headed
we
next?
going to
That's a
Kirs-
good. That's a good one.
I
I
thought we
love
were
how we're
headed
naming the
to-
sessions at the end of the previous session.
I thought we were going to Oralunga.
You
Yeah, my
certainly
thing
can.
is-
It seems like it'll be faster if we go to Kirsabal and then fly back.
Yeah. You
Yeah,
have a number of
so-
options. Azaka was going to lead you to Oralunga next on foot anyway, but if you fly, it'll be significantly faster. So it
Okay.
depends. Do you want to take a detour and potentially fly there faster, or do you want to go directly to Oralunga? Either
One
option.
second.
I think flying there.
That's-
One, Elspeth really wants to do that. And 2, I think it would
That's
be
4
faster.
days.
We also have 2 people that are afraid of heights, but I guess it will
Also
be
true.
fine.
We don't know that. She's not let us know.
With 2 people who are
so
afraid
yeah.
of heights? No,
Yeah,
it's-
Lucia is 100% afraid of heights. now.
Yeah, counting it out, it looks like it's about 5 days to Kirsabal, and about 9 days to Oralunga. This is not factoring in any environmental
It'd be
barriers.
More like 4 days to Kirsabal.
Kirsabal.
And it's
And
safer
then
to fly over.
how fast how fast does our buddy think like we can fly?
It's the equivalent of the fly spell cast on you for a duration of 7 days. So
And how
60
fast
60
does
feet,
that make
high
us?
speed,
60 feet fly.
and
60
flying
feet,
over
so it
jungle
doubles our
is way faster.
speed.
Essentially double
But
speed.
then we're right.
But we'd also have an
Then
extra.
we don't have to
have
worry
extra
about
speed to not
environmental.
have to jump.
Wouldn't have to
I
worry about
say do the
environmental.
fly.
Okay,
Yeah.
so we're thinking to head
To
to
be fair, the
Kirsabal.
amount of times that fucking falling to our death has become a problem. But if this never becomes a problem again in the campaign, I will laugh.
It would be very funny, yes.
There's probably some pit traps in the actual tomb itself.
I'll probably
Yeah.
get winged
Imagine.
boots by then, though.
Maybe.
Okay, so tentative detour to Kirsabal, get you over to Oralunga faster. We'll decide about the pirate ship later. You can always pick that up. There's not too much of a timeline on that one. There was just, he wanted it done, but I mean, fuck that guy. He's just some rich noble. Who cares?
I mean, pirate ship is
Right.
one step closer to
I mean, the
airship.
reason we wanted to deal with him was to get like a map. We've got
And
a
a
map
fuck ton of money.
and a fuck ton of money. We've got
Yeah.
a amount of money.
So just so everyone's aware,
But also pirates.
Also
guys.
pirates.
it is.
I know.
We could do
500
things with pirates.
500 gold per head of the pirate captain, and 2,000 for each ship.
Mhm.
That is
It was a
at
fuck
least
ton.
like a rare magic item, which could be like a game changer for us.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And even if we disregard the money, it's pirate.
It
And
is
that's
also
just
pirates.
fun.
We get to be Yar.
Which is especially funny given the fact that Ellie and I were thinking about like what we would do with all the money that we got. And Ellie was like, I want to become a pirate.
Yep.
Yeah, we can all be pirates in airship.
Yeah.
I want an airship so bad.
Oh, we don't have to worry about the weight of that copper because Olaf has a bag of holding.
Yay.
Yoink.
Good.
All right.
All right. Sounds good to
I'm
me.
gonna head off.
And let's come back next week with more ideas for names.
Well, we'll be off next week because I'm running Curse of Strahd next week, I believe.
In 2
I
weeks.
need to double check on that. No, it was
Yeah,
the
yeah.
last
Nice
week of
question for
April.
you, Spencer, as a DM.
Unless I fucked up.
Yeah.
I fucked up.
Yeah, next week is no date.
Maybe
Yes,
next
Olaf.
week.
DM question.
One time I was playing a necromancer, and I figured out that you can animate dead and then just make a bunch of skeletons. What would happen if I put 20 skeletons into a bag of holding?
Well, if they exceed the volume of the space, it would break and then spill all over the astral sea.
Here, okay, let's just... I worked out that by mass, they wouldn't break. And because they're skeletons, they don't need to be comfortable. They can fold away.
But they would still move. And if there's too many in there, their moving would rip the fabric of it.
Okay, so what would be the safe amount in your opinion?
Are you going to become a necromancer?
What is the square footage inside of a bag of holding again? It's 10 by 10, right? It's a 10-foot cube, right?
I thought it just says it can hold that much bulk.
I might be thinking of...
For some reason I thought it was 3 by 3 by 3.
The bag can hold 500 pounds, not exceeding a cubic volume of 64 cubic feet.
Oh, so...
Roughly 2 feet in diameter and 4 feet deep.
Well, that's boring.
Yeah, so like maybe 4 if they're squeezing.
Yeah. It's fine. A rattle bag is still in the works.
Yeah.
Now, for context, I did do this in a previous campaign, but
Now,
the DM worked
if you
it
get a
out
handy
by...
haversack, however, since they're all in discrete departments, or compartments, you could probably get more in there. Because there's like, what,
That's
4 on a Heward's handy haversack?
The point of this strategy was the bag of holding is disposable. You throw the bag of holding, and then the skeleton, because you're not holding it shut anymore, the skeletons jump out.
I see.
I had a necromancer who was like, I could just make this as a bomb and throw the bag, or have our artificer who had invisibility walk into a room, drop the bag, run out, shut the door, and then you just hear, rattle 'em, boys! And then screaming.
Yeah. I think we pulled that trick off once when we released 10 skeletons into Cobalt.
Yeah, it was a lot of screaming and then silence.
Well, we'll see what shenanigans work in the future if any of you get animate undead. For the time being, thank you so very much for playing. Thank you for being such wonderful good friends. I hope that your evenings are wonderful and that you get lots of wonderful rest and sleep. And I will see you next time we play.
Yeah,
Bye-bye.
See you.